Victory to Ukraine. Smash Russian imperialism.
Well, you hear that victory to the working class in Ukraine. Yeah, Putin really cares about the Russian victory to the working class. I mean, what does that mean?
Stand over here.
I talk to you first before I go, because I'm going after ECS.
Oh, this isn't saying you again.
Victory to Ukraine. Victory to Ukraine. This is the teachers, left-wing teachers union's flag. Support the Ukrainian trade union movement. Victory to Ukraine. Victory to Ukraine. Victory to Ukraine. Time to wind up, stop the war.
Alright, but we know our stance.
Give it up. Smashed at the TUC. Victory to Ukraine. Stop the war is a tiny little sect run by Stalinists. So Andrew Murray's not a Stalinist. Victory to Ukraine. Victory to Ukraine.
You know, I went up to the Stop the War stall at the TUC and I said, do you want to hear the voice of Ukrainian trade unions? And he said, absolutely not.
Victory to Ukraine. Smash Russian imperialism. Support the Ukrainian trade unions. Support the trade union movement in Ukraine, which will be smashed if the Russians win. Victory to Ukraine. Smash Russian imperialism. Good morning. Enjoy your tiny little conference. Tiny little conference. Stop the war's irrelevant. Smashed at the TUC. Smashed in most of the big unions.
Apologies for Russian imperialism. Shame on you.
Shame on you. Oh, don't be ridiculous. You're citing Ukraine. You're
Making
illiterate.
excuses for Russian colonialism. Shame on you.
I don't know whether you noticed, but NATO isn't fighting. Duh. Victory to Ukraine. Support the Ukrainian trade unions.
Solidarity with Ukrainian workers.
The Ukrainian labour movement will be smashed if the Russians win. Ukraine needs to fight, not give in. Yeah, there's 20 people in there, mate. 20 people.
How many Ukrainians have you got over there?
Yeah.
0.
The Ukrainians on the,
How many of them have you asked?
0.
History scientists say, mate.
Neo-Neville
Where are all the
Chamberlain.
Ukrainians? The former Nazi who has made anti-Semitic statements.
Yeah.
This is so shameful on you. So shameful.
It's a disgrace. Andrew Murray.
Have you ever
Key
spoken
speaker.
to any trade unions from Ukraine?
No.
Never.
No.
Never shown any solidarity with Ukrainian workers.
Shame on
Never.
you.
Apologies for Russian imperialism. It's what you are.
Smash Russian imperialism. The real anti-imperialists are fighting Russia now. Support the Ukrainian trade unions. Support the labour movement in Ukraine, all of which supports the Ukrainian war. You never have any Ukrainian speakers because they all disagree with you. Tiny little sect, defeated at the TUC. Give up. Give up.
Did you also ask for negotiations between the UK and Iran? Did you? You did not. Hypocrites. You are hypocrites.
Did you not support Vietnam because they took Russian and Chinese weapons? Was that a big problem for you?
Olaf Palmer supplied Vietnam with weapons. Did you criticize him?
No, you
did not.
didn't. You did Western weapons.
Hypocrisy. You You are not anti-imperialist. You are pro-Russian.
I have two flags, they have double standards. It's the condemnation of Pyongyang.
Look at the Morning Star, bless them.
The moron star,
Look at the Morning Star.
moron star.
Proper Stalinists. Give it up.
Apologies for genocide.
For the Ukrainian trade unions. What's that, mate? That is the flag. That's the flag, mate, of the KVPU affiliate in teachers union in Ukraine. They support the Ukrainian war. As will the NEU at our next conference, I tell you. The British trade unions stand with Ukraine. You don't. Abandon, stop the war. Disaffiliate and stop the war. Tiny little sect. Smashed at the TUC, smashed in most of the trade unions. In the next year, all the unions will oppose stop the war. People will disaffiliate and stop the war. You're a disgrace. Victory to Ukraine.
Victory to Ukraine.
Victory to Ukraine.
Victory to Ukraine.
Support the unions in Ukraine. Victory to Ukraine.
Слава Україні. Я вас освідчу. Так, я написав нову. Її вже штрафували після листа. Листи мені документи. Не треба було алкоголь в коробку класти.
You're looking for that's bombs up.
Yeah, oh, no, it's not, it wasn't sound too sharp. This is a very,
Victory to Ukraine.
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 Abandon, stop the war. Smashed at the TUC. Smashed in most unions in Britain.
Yeah, it's
Smashed up imperialism.
There's a place for you in the bin. Come in.
That's the voice of British workers,
Yeah,
not you
There's a
lot.
meeting in there. There's a meeting in there.
See the big workers support us. Victory to Ukraine. Victory to Ukraine. Abandon, stop the war. Tiny sect run by Stalin. Get your copy of the Morning Star over
Що
there.
тут? Ті, що хочуть, щоб Україну перестали постачати зброю.
Припухли чи що? Хочете самі воювати? Дочекаєтеся.
Давайте ми їх туди дали.
Задоволено, місце повне, я ще й притисну.
Do you think they should have their meeting in his truck? They think they speak Ukrainian words.
Smash Russian imperialism.
Russian separatist meeting.
Smash Russian imperialism.
Russian separatists AGM in London.
For Ukraine.
Just check it out, you know. Alex Gordon,
For Ukraine.
RMT.
For Ukraine. Smash Russian imperialism. For the Ukrainian trade union. You never have the Ukrainian trade unions speak at on any of your platforms. And the reason for that is because nobody agrees with you in Ukraine. They have contempt for you. Rightly. Stop the war. Smashed in the unions. Smashed at the TUC. Tiny little Stalinist sect. And by the way, I don't like Cuba either.
Got her off.
You're not left-wing. You are imperialist apologists. That's what you are.
Putin apologist.
Smash Russian imperialism. You're a disgrace. Listen to the voices of Ukrainian trade unionists. None of them agree with you. All of them support Ukraine's war. Arm Ukraine. Victory to Ukraine.
Victory to Ukraine.
Victory to Ukraine.
Victory to Ukraine.
Victory to Ukraine.
Victory to Ukraine!
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 Victory to Ukraine.
Victory
Victory
to
to
Ukraine!
Ukraine.
Self-defense is no offense. Self-defense is no offense.
So where's Pavlov?
Ukraine.
Arm Ukraine.
Self-defense is no offense! Arm Ukraine!
Smash Russian imperialism. Smash it. Smash Russian imperialism.
Not much too bitty in there, is it?
Smash Russian imperialism. You're an embarrassment. Nobody agrees with you.
When does it start?
Pardon?
When does the duel start?
10:30? What time?
10:39. Handful of people.
You embarrass the left. You're a disgrace.
Credit the left. Smash Russian imperialism.
You betrayed the left.
You're a dictator's fan club.
Victory to Ukraine.
Tell the truth is
Victory to
revolution.
Ukraine.
Listen to the truth. To tell the truth, you need to hear the truth.
Quite right.
Russian separatists supported by Putin fighting
How did you go over there?
Grab some coffee.
So you went in there?
What would that be?
Getting paid by rubbish Russia Today.
Yeah, heaven forbid you should get into an argument and put your case. I mean, that would be terrible, wouldn't it?
That's it.
Charisma himself.
Right, just give up.
Victory to Ukraine.
Hey, buddy.
How are you guys? How are you?
Victory to Ukraine.
Good to see you guys.
And thanks. For Ukraine. And thanks.
For Ukraine.
And thanks.
For Ukraine.
And thanks.
For Ukraine.
And thanks.
For Ukraine.
Defend Ukraine.
We're a bit far from them. How should we fix that? Maybe we could come closer, but unfortunately it seems like there's not a lot of space on that side.
Yeah.
That's the issue. Ah man,
For Ukraine.
very unfortunate. Okay, no worries.
Support the Ukrainian trade unions.
Solidarity with Ukrainian workers.
The reason you don't have any Ukrainian trade unions on your platform is not a single Ukrainian trade union agrees with you.
Will's running a bit like
You're an embarrassment.
Okay.
Line yourselves up.
Там у них начал.
Victory to Ukraine.
Victory to Ukraine.
Smash Russian imperialism.
You know, it's very interesting. I see refugees welcome over there on the corner. And yet these individuals don't speak about how we can prevent these people from becoming refugees, how we can help these people and not allow their homes from being destroyed.
Victory to
It's
Ukraine.
very interesting.
Victory to Ukraine.
Does anybody have any ideas why the refugees are welcome and yet Ukraine is not welcome in the EU for you individuals? Why is Ukraine not welcome in NATO? Why is Ukraine not welcome? Why do you guys not want that? Why do you not want Ukraine to be safe and secure? You
Victory to
absolutely are.
Ukraine. Victory to Ukraine.
Victory to Ukraine.
Support the Ukrainian trade union movement. Support the Ukrainian unions.
Solidarity with Ukrainian workers.
Victory to Ukraine.
It's a bit hot today. Oh no, thanks.
You sure?
Victory to
Put it over
Ukraine.
here.
Okay.
No one has to hold it. It's not that expensive.
Victory to
This
Ukraine.
has my water bottle and the flag.
Ah.
Support the trade unions in
That's for
Ukraine.
later, because I got this one.
None of them
from,
agree with you.
Sweet.
Stop the war smashed at the TUC. Smashed inside Unite. Smashed inside Unison.
Hey Tommy, I think it's time.
You'll be defeated
Fight
at
the
UN
jets
conference
for
next year.
Ukraine!
Fight the jets for Ukraine.
Fight the jets for Ukraine!
Fight the jets for Ukraine.
Fighter jets for Ukraine.
Fighter jets for Ukraine.
Air defense for Ukraine.
Air defense for Ukraine.
Air defense for Ukraine.
Instructing our Tonys in his 80s.
Air defense for Ukraine.
Air defense for Ukraine.
Arm Ukraine as you promised.
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 Victory to Ukraine!
I guess some people have forgotten about the promises made in the past in the Budapest Memorandum.
They haven't read the Budapest Memorandum and they don't know where Budapest is.
I'll go there.
Oh, hi! Now, you need to talk to this guy. He's pushing me away. He's pushing me off the pavement.
You're the one pushing
No,
me.
I'll
hold it, I'll hold it.
Look, I'm very, very angry.
You have
I'm very angry, especially with you, because you are supporting Putin.
Oh, you're a big
I'm
man.
very angry with you as well.
You're a big man. You got to know individual, an elderly individual.
Look, you're taking all the 80-year-old.
What do you mean harassing people? He's asking questions. What you're doing is harassing people. You're trying to get an elderly gentleman angry. Oh yeah, now you turn your back when somebody your size comes by. Okay, you're a brave man. You're a very brave individual. This is what people do. This is what you individuals do every single time. You antagonize elderly people. When you have the advantage, you go for it, and you antagonize this individual. When somebody else shows up, you start talking quietly. You leave. Oh yeah, there you go. There you go.
Cowards.
Yeah, turn your back. Turn your back. Absolutely.
I want to know about Russian separatists' involvement in Stop the War, who want what Ukraine overthrown.
You know, I guess nobody here has two brain cells to understand that what Russia wants is exactly what you guys are doing right now. Russia wants Ukraine to stop getting aid. Russia wants their missiles to hit every single place in Ukraine.
Completely crap. It's falling apart. Even the trade union Congress doesn't agree with you. Where are your friends?
The classic silent treatment.
Yeah, because they have no
When there's
argument.
no more words to say, you know, silence is the best escape, isn't it? Sorry? Go away? Why? Why don't you go away? Why don't you go away? Oh, don't. They know that you're going to lose the debate. They know you have no points to give. So you have to stay quiet.
And why are you telling the
In
Ukrainians to
order
go
to
away?
keep your face, in order to not show to the whole world how truly hollow your ideals are. There are no ideals here. This
That's
is
it, run away.
We just want to have a conversation.
We're not running away.
Tell us about how you're going to stop the war.
Your conference
Don't
can
do
start.
questions, it's running away. You're cowards.
Come on.
I mean, I guess you guys really don't want any debate with real Ukrainians, with people who are actually invested in this situation.
No, they want to censor them instead.
And then he can carry on. He won't stop.
There's no point to give.
British aircraft
No
were
points,
attacked
no?
by Russian missiles a year ago. Read it out in the papers. Russian missiles attacked British aircraft. True or false?
Don't complicate things too much, Tony.
Oh,
You know? They won't get true or false. They won't even say a word. Look at this.
Because they have no argument.
Who's going to speak? Are you guys going to go inside and be in complete silence?
Yes,
And then you're
I-
going to shake hands, say, yeah, we agree with each other.
That would be a really silly conference.
I know, it would be very silly.
so is your
why are you
second
doing
movement.
this
It's
really
very
silly
silly.
behavior right now? I mean, we're not threatening you. We're not trying to fight you. We're asking you some questions.
Wake up.
And you guys refuse to
Didn't vote
speak.
for you.
I did.
You guys just refuse to speak. You know, you got hardcore communists in here. The same people who want to return the Soviet Union. That's right. You guys have a hardcore communist as one of the speakers.
Yes. Russian separatists.
Yeah?
Yes.
Doing
What
what?
about the guy who went to Ukraine?
Sorry.
Read the eulogy, you know? Russian separatist.
Anyway.
RMT member.
You know, this is similar
Nigel
to
Headley.
not our war nutcases who brought an RT propagandist to their ranks to do a speech, and then there were a few Russian flags flying around. I wouldn't be surprised if I see some Russian flags flying around here, guys. I would not be surprised at all. I mean, seriously, what is so scary about having a conversation on this topic? What is so scary?
Well, it is when you don't have an argument.
They are paid supporters of Putin. They are.
I mean, I'm sure some of them are, but not all of them. I'm sure there are some people here who have the best intentions and who are just being fooled by this idiocy, by these apologists in there. I'm sure there's some people, some of you who have good intentions. I've spoken with some of you who have good intentions. That's fine. And yet, you still come here. Even though I've already met some of you guys, you still come here and you have learned nothing with our previous conversations. You have learned absolutely nothing. You know, I see a big lack of Ukrainians in here, so we brought some Ukrainians for you to speak with, to hear out, to listen to their point of view. But you guys are silent. You know, don't you dare go in there, go inside of this building and start saying, oh, we're doing this for the people of Ukraine. Don't you dare do that. Don't you ever do that. You guys do not speak for the Ukrainian people.
You haven't got any, have you? You haven't got any Stop the War Ukrainians. They won't come within about a mile of you. Where are your Ukrainian members? You haven't got any, have you?
I'm surprised it doesn't raise any questions that you guys don't have any Ukrainians supporting you. I mean, how do you feel when you speak supposedly for the Ukrainian people? Oh, you know, we do this so that the Ukrainians stop dying, but there's no Ukrainians supporting you. Wouldn't the Ukrainians be the first people to come here and support you? Don't take this. This is propaganda. This is propaganda. This is Russophile propaganda. These individuals want to ruin Ukraine. They're helping the Muscovite regime right now. I mean, this is really silly, guys. This is really silly. At least last time, there were some people who came to speak with us, and we spoke with them. We had a back and forward conversation. But today, I guess you guys got orders from above, orders from the Kremlin.
Yeah.
Do not speak to those guys,
Don't embarrass us.
you're going to make absolute fools out of yourself if you speak to them.
Are you going to the meeting? Are you going to the meeting?
Tony.
Okay, I just want to ask you. Are you going to the meeting to stop the war? Do you know about the Russian separatists? Have you heard about Russia? Yeah, they're members of the Stop the War.
Hopefully to debate them. Let's come back here. Let's come back here, Tony.
Oh, God.
They'll start saying that we're threatening them and we're fighting them. They'll make all kinds of lies, just like their Kremlin, you know, people who pay them. The Kremlin piggy banks.
Newspapers.
It is what it is.
Was it 3,000 to 1,000 people turned up for their annual general national march? Did you know that? Even Jeremy Corbyn.
Where are the speakers? Where are your speakers? Why is it only average Joes here? Where are your speakers?
John McDonnell won't have anything to do with you.
Okay, hold on. Maybe if I call them by name, they will show up. They will come out of their holes. They will show up. Hold on. Where is it? There's a whole bunch of these individuals, of these apologists. I can't be bothered to remember all of their names, but I have made note of some of the things they've done. All right. Or maybe they didn't show up at all. Who knows? Maybe they just missed their own event.
I've decided to support Ukraine. Support Ukraine!
Brian Eno, where is Brian Eno? Is Brian Eno in the class today?
Support Ukraine!
Is he in the class? No. Okay.
Kick Russia
That's
out
one.
of Ukraine!
Claire Daly or Daly. Daly. I think this is Daly, right? Daly.
Yeah, it looks like
This is
it.
Daly.
Where are your photographers
It's
today?
daily. It's not daily. It's not a
Where
daily
are your
occurrence to see Claire. But, you know, we hope to see her today with her crazy hair going in all directions. Mick Wallace, another person with a crazy hair. He looks like he had an explosion in his face. And then, you know, it messed up his brain. And he started coming to these nutcase events. Alex Gordon. Oh, this is a good one. This is the commie I was talking about. This is the individual who takes pictures with Soviet flags. And hey, how are you? And shills for the Soviet Union. And Claudia Webby. Where is Claudia Webby or Webb? I think it's just Webb, right? Oh man, these names are killing me. Can you guys help me out? Maybe you guys can pronounce them a bit better. You know, I have a little bit of an accent sometimes.
To help the poor Ukrainian.
Oh, thank you. Thank you. Thank you for the compassion. I'll get none of that from these individuals.
Yeah, genocide sympathizers.
Yeah, alas. Alas. It's very unfortunate. It's the same person. It's always the same person. Is she the only one with any courage among you guys?
Yep.
It's always the same person. All of you guys are just zipped your mouth and you're keeping quiet. No.
No, that's not the...
There, look,
Nope.
look. I'll be honest with you. We've debated with you already. We know what you stand for. You have the best intentions in mind. We have nothing against it. But these individuals are sending you out as a decoy. They're trying to get us out of here.
And that's not going to
nobody
happen.
tells them
Have
what
you
they
listened
truly are.
to them?
They don't want to say anything. I wish I listened
And why
to
should
them.
they speak for
They're giving us
Ukrainians?
the silent treatment. Okay, hold on. Who wants to speak? Who among you, who wants to speak? 5 minutes. 5 minutes. Nobody will interrupt you. 5 minutes.
How are you going to stop the war, please?
Do you see anybody
Everything
volunteering?
They stand for, no, everything they stand for, no, but they find this whole thing intimidating. They say you try to disrupt them.
Disrupt them. I mean, debating can be qualified as disruption because you're bringing a different point to the table.
Negotiations with Putin. We sit down and have a cup of tea with Putin.
Yeah, what about negotiations? Have some negotiations with us now. Let's have some negotiations, guys.
Yeah, that's what, but yeah, I agree with this negotiation. But
Oh,
find
thank you.
I don't.
Actually, I mean,
Be careful. Don't shake
just
it.
so
if we can talk, the opposing sides.
Drink that and then come back. Don't worry about it.
If,
Sorry, go
if
ahead.
the opposing sides now can't talk amongst, how are we asking the big ones to talk?
Well, I wish you could talk, but nobody here wants to talk.
They're just cowards.
You're the only one who came here, literally. There was another guy, he ran away inside when I showed up.
Yeah, they've
He was
got-
trying to threaten Tony over there. You know, he was a muscular guy, he went to Tony. And Tony got, really upset because of it.
If you wanna know,
scared.
if you want them to get them to listen to you, then you need to start talking with, listen to or read what they say on the website. All the information they stand for.
Let's
is
read
on
the website, no
okay.
problem.
So then you can say to them, well, I heard you have this
Campaigning
argument.
against a world at war. Stop the War 2023 AGM. Okay, let's talk about the title itself. That's enough. That's enough information for us. Let's stop the war in Ukraine. The solution that you guys
This
are
is-
giving for the end of this war is the same that was
You
given
can-
in 2014.
listen, have you
Has
rang
it
the
worked?
office?
No, it
Have
hasn't.
you rang the office? Have you rang their office? Because they take
Rank their
photos.
office?
Yeah, and
What am
they
I
take
supposed to
emails.
call them now? They
Yes,
won't
you
speak
can-
with me in real life.
They
And you
will.
expect them to speak with me on the phone?
Yeah, it's better if you approach them in their office and by emails.
Why?
Because
Why is it
they're
better?
doing the job now. They're not going to leave the job to come and talk to you.
What do you mean? This is not their job.
It's the job.
Oh, getting paid by the Kremlin to spread propaganda is
And being
their
a
job.
genocide
It's a job.
sympathizer.
It's a job to call them. Email
Their job
them.
is to speak.
Have an appointment with
Their
them.
job, they're speakers. Their job is to speak.
They're speaking downstairs.
They're not speaking here.
But it's the wrong time.
It's the wrong time. What do you mean? It's the perfect time. Look, there's a whole bunch of Ukrainians here
Call them,
today.
email
There's
them,
not a
set
single
an
Ukrainian on
appointment.
this side.
Yeah,
And you
but-
guys claim to speak for Ukraine.
Yeah, but if
How deep does the hypocrisy go with that? Huh? Yeah, bring them out. Bring them out. Tell them to come out.
they can't come out.
If they want, I'll come in. Okay, do you want me to come in and debate them? Okay, let's go.
Oh, okay.
Let me give me an invitation. Give me an invitation and I'll go inside and I'll debate
Arrange
them.
a meeting with them. Call them and say, can we please have a meeting? to
Okay,
discuss
I have
this?"
to arrange a meeting. I have to, arrange a meeting a year in advance. All right? Because these people, these individuals, they're very, 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 very busy individuals. You know, they're very busy. Just like the time when they came to 10 Downing Street just to give a letter in
And ran
their
away.
whole herd all together. They didn't say a word. They didn't speak. They just came all together just to carry one letter. One letter. They're very busy individuals. But keep in mind, it was a heavy letter. It was so full of lies. It has to be like 5 or 6 people carrying, carrying that letter. I digress. I don't know what to say to you guys. Look, you're giving us the silent treatment. That's fine. That's no problem at all. But it's kind of funny. Certainly, you must have a thought cross your mind that something is not right here. Why are all these Ukrainians here protesting against us? something is not quite right. And you know, I already had this conversation with you, I also love the image of the nuclear weapon with the Stop the War coalition. You're like, oh yeah, let's ban the nukes, just like stop, look, no smoking, and then Stop the War coalition. Perfect combination here. And yet, when I asked you guys in the last protest, what's the Budapest Memorandum? None of you knew. It's the biggest nuclear demilitarization in human history, and it was done by Ukraine. Ukraine was demilitarizing not only their nukes, but also their planes and all sorts of equipment. Russia used that against us. They broke the agreement and they attacked us. And now you guys are here with straight faces saying, oh yeah, you know, let's just demilitarize Ukraine again. It worked so well last time, didn't it? How can you think this way? How can you actually seriously believe in this? Guys, just drop these newspapers. Drop these newspapers and join us. Because this is ridiculous. You can't seriously claim you support the Ukrainian people. I mean, I guess there's going to be some consequences in your community. You're not going to be part of your hypocritical community anymore. But I think it's better not to be part of a cult. It's better to learn to do things better. You know, to be part of a cult is not very good. Anyway, silent treatment continues.
Because they have no argument.
But that's okay. This is the best debate I've ever had with these guys. These are some of the best points that I've ever heard. Right, my friend?
Okay. To be fair,
you see, you know, sometimes silence is gold. And when you have no points and all your points are complete nonsense, maybe silence is the best thing you can do. So actually what they're doing now is kind of wise, you know. They've actually come up with some tricks today. They sent the only brave person in their ranks to kind of lure us to the side. And just take those pesky Ukrainians to the side. Why are you here? Why are you guys here?
I'm a Ukrainian.
I'm Ukrainian. We are Ukrainians.
I know. And why would we want to die?
Slava Ukraini.
I cannot say that. Daddy, I think
it's a fascist. What? What? Slava Ukraini is fascist.
Russian support.
Okay, you just revealed your true colors. You Russophile. Just revealed her true colors. And look, keep in mind, she didn't stay here to debate. She didn't try to defend her point. Okay, why is it a fascist thing to say? She didn't want to say it. Where's the justification, guys? Where's the definition of your ideology? Where are the people defending your ideology? Where are they? I mean, that was probably the toughest debate I've had today yet. You know, her calling us fascists for saying Slava Ukraini. That's probably the best they have.
Yeah.
I don't think they have any better than that. I mean, the poor guy is getting bored. He's on the phone now. You know, I kind of feel bad for him. There's nothing better to do. My friend, you can speak with us. You know, we'll entertain you a little bit. We'll give you a few good points. You know, maybe we can have a nice debate with each other. Right?
How you doing?
I'm doing great, Tony. I'm doing great. You know, I just met a self-proclaimed Ukrainian a few minutes ago, and you know, this blonde girl who just walked in a while ago, and I told her Slava Ukraini, and she was like, you know, she got triggered immediately. She was like, oh, that's a fascist thing to say, and then she walked away. Hello, how are you? This is not one of the. She doesn't look crazy enough to be one of the speakers. You know, all the speakers, every single one of them, they look like they just escaped from a loony bin. They look like they just escaped a mental institute. Like especially Claire Daly.
How do you do?
You're welcome to go in, but you should debate against these apologists because they have no points whatsoever. Why debate? Because through debate we can find what's the truth. Sorry? I can't hear you. You're what? Did he say that we're losing the war?
It sounds like it.
Well, my friend, what did he say? You heard him. You were closer.
It doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter. I know it doesn't matter. None of you, what you guys say matters because you guys have nothing to say. But you guys should say something. You can't seriously come here with conviction to defend your points and then not defend anything at all. It means your ideology is hollow. I mean, you stand here as a security guy, and I don't want to give you in particular a hard time. I'm just kind of mentioning you because you're closer here. But you guys need to be able to defend your point.
England would lock people up, put you in jail, mate, for supporting the enemy.
Stop killing people.
That's right.
Russia, stop killing people. Russia, stop.
You see, this is what Ukrainians have to say. This is what Ukrainians say about this topic. What are you guys doing? Are you really helping the Ukrainians? No, you're not. You know, you can pack up here, you can go inside, you can seek refuge in your little building. We'll stay here. We'll be waiting here for you, hoping for a debate. hoping for a peaceful, straightforward, back and forward debate.
May I sing them a song? It gives me hope. Holed mama leva penima nefesh Yehudi homiya ulafaz Mizrach hadima Ayan Letzion Sophia Od lav latikvatenu Hatikva shedu hapayim Lihutem hosi beratzenu Beretz Sion Yerushalayim Lihutem hosi beratzenu Beretz Sion Yerushalayim. Yes. Shana Tova. Yes, it's the year 5784. So may Ukraine live for another 5,784 years and another 5,784 years after that, and etc., etc., etc. Shana Tova, Ukraine. And you give me hope. And when I feel hope, I simply must sing. Let's sing it again. Holed man peleva hanima nefesh Yehudi homiya alafa Mizrach hadima ayon letzion Sophia, Od lav latikvatenu, hatikva shenot avayim, lihutem hopi beratzenu, beretz Sion Yerushalayim, lihutem hosi beratzenu, beretz Sion Yerushalayim. Shana Tova, Ukraine.
That's right, bringing the songs, that's right, some good vibes here, right guys? That's unfortunate, that's very unfortunate. I mean, I know that security guards, they can't be speaking too much with the people who want to debate, with the people who come to your event. But I'm sure that they don't really pay you, I'm sure that you're just here volunteering to work with them. So it's not really your job, it's just kind of you have to defend this undefendable point that these individuals are making here. Which is must be tough for you guys. Must be tough to stay here, and defend this. I don't know why you guys are covering up the entrance. It's not like we're gonna try to force our way in. It's like a gate, a human gate right here. You guys should know better. We've counter-protested you before. Some of you, I mean, none of the people here know us probably. But a lot of people inside who I've already seen, like the brave lady, the only brave lady, I think she's from Greece.
Yeah, she is.
She already knows us and she debated with us multiple times. So that's a nice red t-shirt. Does it have a Soviet swastika on it? Oh man, lovely stuff. Anyway, you guys are missing the speeches of Claire Daly with the crazy hair. You guys are missing out the speeches, but we're very glad that you guys are here.
I don't want to spoil your enjoyment today, but we do need answers. You haven't told us how you're going to stop the war. We keep on asking you.
We'd really like to
They're going to stop the war by helping Russia to win it.
We might maybe join you.
Bunch up, everyone.
Bunch
up.
Where's your own?
Let's stop World War II by helping Hitler win. Does that sound good to you? It doesn't sound very good to me.
Why can't you debate? Is that not why you have conferences, or are you just in a
It's an echo chamber.
They've been told not to speak. Oh, that's very, very participatory, isn't it?
Yeah, they're under orders. Otherwise,
my union supports Ukraine Unite. My union, my trade union.
Yeah.
Every trade union apart from two of them.
Most of the trade unions.
This is a teacher from the trade union.
Did you read about the TUC vote?
You've just become a sad little cult. It's really sad.
No.
It's funny, I never see one of the speakers come out. Never. They never show up. It's like we're beneath them. Oh, those actual Ukrainians who actually care about Ukraine. Nah, we're not speaking with them. We just want to stay here in our little echo chamber and spread our news. News like, Moscow news, the Moscow Pravda, to all the little sheep we have here. Good morning, sir. Are you going to debate us at last? Are you going to justify this event today?
They can't.
No? You're not? I know it's difficult, it's unjustifiable to be here today. And yet, hey, don't do that.
Move the flag out the way from me.
Ah, sure. Yeah. It's must be kind of tough to, to be here, to not be able to say anything, to be in complete silence, to be mumbling something to yourself, as other people making points. and you can't say a word, because you have nothing to say. Tommy, careful with the flag. This guy is gonna use that as an excuse to say that we started attacking him, as they usually do. Somebody comes in the general vicinity of you guys, you start saying, "Oh, he's threatening me, he's attacking me," and then somebody actually goes ahead and starts pushing us around. Great point. Do you have something to say, sir?
There's nothing to say to you because you're talking gibberish.
I'm talking gibberish. What part of my conversation, of my speech is gibberish? I can't hear you. It's not factual, you say.
Support Ukraine.
Don't touch that, gentlemen.
These stairs are their territory. We can't do a special military operation on these stairs. Because these individuals, they will support Russia when Russia invades Ukraine, but they won't support us when we do this. I just took Crimea from you, you see.
You haven't read any of our literature to actually have a...
Haven't I?
Oh, obviously.
This is a brave man. Don't stop him. Don't stop. Why are you stopping him? He's his own person. He knows what he's doing. So we haven't read any of your literature.
I even bring the
To
bucket
be
too.
in wars. They're antagonizing people. They are stimulating terrorist organization. It's a terrorist country itself. Look how many wars they start in the world. And it's not only wars.
Oh, you're bored, huh? Let me entertain you for a little bit. So could you actually give me one justification for what you guys are doing here? Could you give me your solution to this war? You say stop the war. Peace, how?
Peace killed to Russia.
How?
These people in Russia.
Hold on. This is the same as saying, how are we going to stop world hunger? Just feed them. Just feed those people. This is what you guys are doing right now. How do we stop the war? Peace. We just do peace.
Out of thin air or Putin's asshole.
You feed those people.
Don't swear, Tommy. Don't swear. How are we going to achieve this peace?
In other countries.
We are the international organization to
raping women.
Oh, so why are you here? Why do you have an opinion if you don't have any solutions? If you have the solutions to the problem, I read your literature. It's complete nonsense. You guys are trying to put Ukraine and Russia on the same level of accountability for this situation. You're saying, oh, Russia has a historical right to be in Ukraine. Your leader said that. One of your leaders, one of the speakers who's in there right now. I guess you didn't listen to it, did you? You didn't do your own research or on your own people.
You didn't see different opinions. Have you never heard of that?
Of what?
Different opinions.
Different opinions, lovely. There's some people who want freedom and who want a dignified life for everybody. And there's some people who want slavery, who want to enslave others. Different opinions. We just have to agree to disagree, right?
Exactly. With these colonialist apologists.
Different opinions right here into the building.
You better be careful with that apple. Maybe the Muscovites have put some Novichok in there. Because you've been speaking a little bit too much. More than most of these guys. More than most of them.
Those who are in Nuremberg process, they also have their own...
Enjoy the silent events, sir. Enjoy the silent event. It's a mime show, They come in there, and they do some miming. Oh, no, wait. There was this one girl who claimed to be Ukrainian. And then when I told her Slava Ukrainian, she said, oh, that's a fascist logo. And then she left. So she didn't say a word in Ukrainian. But, who knows? You never know. Our blood doesn't decide how we're going to think. But that's not what the Russians think. The Russians see themselves as superior to the Ukrainians. And you guys should know that.
And not only to Ukraine. They consider that they are superior to the whole world. If in Russian passport it's not written that you are Russian, then they consider that you are of lower class. Can you imagine? They hate other nations. They consider that all other nations, they need to be exploited, and they exploit their resources. They exploit their human resources.
Let's speak.
Stop the war.
What did you say?
They've stopped their own members coming in.
Huh? Oh, come on! Don't be like that, man. Pretty please, could you repeat yourself just this once? Just one time.
Do you think you're a comedian of some description?
I think I'm what?
A comedian.
A comedian? No, that would be Putin right now. He made a real joke out of himself. Second army in the world became the second strongest army in Ukraine. and for some time the second strongest army in Russia during the Wagner insurrection. Yeah, but we all know how that ended. You know, with a nice little missile in the plane.
Yes, they truly. The Russian army is the world's biggest. The Russian army is truly the world's biggest number 2.
Anyway, I don't know what to tell, what to say to you guys. Seriously, I don't know what to say to you. I mean, look, I like to think that conversation can solve everything, but you guys are proving the opposite. You know, we like to believe that negotiations could solve a situation with people who are willing to listen and willing to compromise. But obviously, you're proving the opposite. So I think you're kind of making a point for us right now. We're trying to speak with you, we're trying to reason with you, and yet you're not listening. There you go, sir. There you go. You can take pictures of us as much as you want, you know, unless the people don't agree to it. And what are you going to do with those pictures? Are you going to put them on your wall of shame and say, "Oh, these are the Ukrainian Nazis, the actual Ukrainians who support Ukraine, who are the evil people"? But we are here supporting the people of Ukraine. Yes. Are you? Are you guys? Are you guys supporting the people of Ukraine today? Now this guy's yawning again.
Don't forget the badge. Hey, get this badge on. Yes.
Okay, hold on. Let me bring my
Oh, you're not going to stay all day on
Occupies first one.
Cypriot.
I'll just have a seat.
Well and taken over.
Just imagine somebody comes to your flat, claims, I want to take this room, then rapes your daughter, kills your mother,
Here they are
then
supporting
occupies
it. Here they are supporting it. Here they are supporting it.
This is
died in the war
big.
in 74.
Just
So this individual spoke to us about
that's what's
their
happening now.
Let's read
Can
some of
you
the stuff they
imagine?
have.
The war will stop only if Russia will get out of Ukraine. Then go to Russians, talk to Russians, and tell
How can
them
you stop the rise of the new far right? By stopping Russia.
the war will stop.
It's the biggest new far-right country that we have right now at the moment, Russia.
Every single Nazi, fascist, extreme right-wing, xenophobic party
It's not the war by ending the war.
Do you
You're ashamed to the left.
Stop the war by
Shame to the left.
in Ukraine.
Do you know when Russia invaded?
You know, it's very funny. These individuals represent the far left, and yet there are many people representing the far right who came to the Not Our War protest, the Nutcase protest, right? And these individuals are very, very similar to them, except the Not Our War guys actually speak with us, and these guys just give us the silent treatment. But I'll give some credit to that guy over there who showed up later. He actually spoke a little bit, you know, so I'll give some credit to him. Gotta give credit where credit is due.
You love to support this country. This country terrorists.
What does this have to do with Ukraine again? Hold on, you're yawning in the face of a Ukrainian woman who's telling you about the current situation in Ukraine.
NATO. What is NATO?
NATO is a defensive organization. If Ukraine was part of NATO, Russia would have never invaded us. You're yawning too, you know. And you call me a comedian. You know, I call you out for yawning, and immediately he's petty enough to go ahead and really over the top yawn.
One country
It's just funny.
that
It's just
was
very funny.
invaded, and that country was a member of NATO.
Tommy,
Mention
careful.
me one country
Careful with the flag.
that Russia invaded that was a NATO country. Can you mention it? Not a single one. And it's up to Ukraine to decide what is their country, what are rules in their country, whom they want to join, whom they don't want to join. They own their country. It's up to them to decide what they do inside their country. And Ukraine, it's a democratic country. Just we can count how many presidents changed in Ukraine since Ukraine became independent again in 1991. Many presidents.
No, nothing
And
personal.
every year we change president. How many years Putin is like sitting on Russian throne? Is there democracy?
I mean, this has nothing to do with Ukraine, to
He
be honest.
dictates.
I'm not
Kremlin
sure what to say
dictates
with
to
that.
people. Russians are afraid of their own.
It's funny how they say resisting the rise of racism.
They're afraid themselves.
I don't hear anybody here speaking out against
that
Russia.
They are sent to war to earn
I mean, you move your eyebrows, my friend, but you have something to say. You have something to deny that. Some evidence, anything, a point. Oh, yawn. Okay, this is their theme now. They're yawning in our face. They're trying to yawn us away. It's like.
You know what those ads say? Slavs only. Slavs only.
Oh, that's just lovely.
So this is your lovely country, anti-racist country.
No, but wait.
Racist country. Slavs only.
My friend, but they claim that they condemn the invasion. They claim they condemn the invasion, and yet they want to demilitarize Ukraine when Ukraine is defending itself. But they totally condemn the invasion. Yes, totally.
Yeah.
Hello, how are you today? Would you like to say a word to defend your little apologist meeting today? No? No, that's unfortunate. That's very unfortunate. You know, we're always welcoming of people who are willing to defend. Yeah, rule Britannia. Rule Britannia. And why are you going in there? These are the people against Britannia.
They killed so many
Solidarity with Ukrainian workers.
Civilian people in Mariupol. That it was not enough just to kill them.
Oh, Tommy, you look so tall all of a sudden. Nice.
I've got. Put that thing on me. I'm Tommy Two Flags, the Toy Town Topol. We're outside the meeting of so-called Stop the War. Here was my two flags, where I have the two flags. Everybody here in spirit, my supporters, my friends, have their two flags. In there, so-called Stop the War have double standards. They have double standards. Double standards. Two flags against double standards.
I knew you've never met
Love
one
Ukraine.
before, but now you can finally meet one. Now you can finally meet a real-life Ukrainian. You guys have only seen them on TV, only on Russian TV. Only there.
Gibberish again.
Is it gibberish? You sure of that?
You always
Move the camera away.
Why? Why are you touching me? Why are you touching me? Well, you want to debate?
Hey, George!
Well, you want to fight me or something? I'm not going to fight you, man.
I don't want to up to me. I want Ukraine.
Oh, is she? Is she? So why are you here standing against her? Why are you here standing against her people? Is that supposed to shame me? That's a very, very low blow. It's a very bad attempt. Yeah, you better go. You better go. You better go. This individual.
He's a separatist.
And
he's a Russian separatist.
Most certainly is. Most certainly is. These individuals are apologists. And slowly, you see, notice how their numbers are dwindling. Slowly but surely they get triggered and they walk inside. One by one. They do their little yawns, they do little tricks, little childish stuff. But slowly but surely they're going back inside. You know, they can't handle it. And they have nothing to say. They have no words to give.
Why are you here? Sit in your own country and make your own country.
Silence. I was expecting he would yawn in my face again. But.
So that people want to be there. Why the hell the Russians you are here? Because you're
interested in these yawns of mass destruction.
I know.
That needs to be limited by the United
All they can do
Nations.
is yawn.
I'm actually so surprised. I mentioned the yawn a few times, and they thought that I'm actually getting upset, and they all started yawning all of a sudden. It's like reverse psychology. I can reverse psychology them to maybe jump on one foot and lift one hand in the air because that's gonna scare us off. It's kind of funny.
Supporting Russia, supporting Putin, supporting Lukashenko.
Oh,
Go
man.
to Russia and talk to
Oh, you know why they yawn? Because they have nothing to
Stand
say.
with Ukraine. Stand against the war.
starting from kindergarten.
Ukraine is defending itself.
I can't hear you, sorry.
But would you like to speak to us today?
Can't hear you.
No, wait, no, please. Oh.
So scary.
Another one bites the dust.
Yeah.
Every set of ideas is what
Ooh, some nice beats. Listening to some nice beats, huh? Some is it Soviet music or is it the Nazi anthem? I wonder. Which one would be better for this situation?
First Soviet and then the Nazis.
I know. They are National Socialists after all.
Continue talking about one or is look-alike.
People in your country. And then you come
But you know, I do like the fact that they're reading their own literature now. It's like they figured out that they don't actually know where they stand here for. It's like, oh, wait a second, what do we actually
They
support?
have to do that. That's part of their contract. These security guys are working without pay today. They're breaking their union.
I'm sure these poor guys aren't even getting paid anything. They're just here because they're brainwashed. No, they're just here because they've been told to be here, told to be silent, told to not do anything to help the Ukrainian
Stop
people.
stimulating terrorists all over the world.
I I know, right?
If you
Show some
look at all
solidarity
these-
with Ukrainian workers. You're
Have a
ashamed to
drink,
the
I'll be
left.
right back.
You're ashamed to the left.
now.
I've water in my bag.
Ukraine now.
I've water in my bag.
Arm Ukraine now.
Okay.
We are not going to be, Ukraine is not going to be a part of Russia. We will never surrender.
Stop making excuses for Russian
Defense!
For Ukraine!
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 Defense!
Hold on, Tommy, one second. I just like to mention something. It's very interesting how everybody's going back to their usual hobbies. This guy's on the phone, this guy's on the newspaper, that guy's listening to music. This is security. This is good security right here, my friends. I mean, I know you guys probably aren't getting paid, and if you are, you're not getting paid enough.
Nothing much worth much guarding.
Russian, don't touch them, because then they're gonna start all over again saying, oh yeah, they touched us. You know, all of that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
We're peaceful people. We're not here to attack anyone. We're not here to beat up anyone. We're not here to obstruct anyone from entering inside of an event. But we're just here to debate.
They're just here to obstruct Ukraine's need for
Defense!
For Ukraine!
Defense!
For Ukraine!
Defense!
For Ukraine.
Defense!
For Ukraine!
Defense!
For Ukraine!
Defense!
For Ukraine!
Defense!
For Ukraine!
Defense! Defense!
For Ukraine!
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 Defense!
For Ukraine.
All right.
Have you ever read history? Do you know what happened to Hitler? Do you know what happened to fascists?
Defense!
This is what is going to happen to Putin. This is what's going to happen to you.
Russia is a terrorist state.
Russia is a terrorist state. Russia is a terrorist state.
Hold on, you guys don't have to lock ranks immediately. It's not like we're gonna rush inside when somebody comes in. You know, we never tried that. We never going to do that. You don't have to do that, guys.
It's just that you're so scary.
It's Tommy, man. It's Tommy. Look at him. He's so tall today.
Evititis, meet and greet. The so-called Stop the War are having a meeting. We are here to bribe them with a greeting.
Yeah, you know, we're just greeting the people, meeting and greeting the people who are coming to this despicable event.
Evititis is all about. Meet and greet. You meet, we greet.
Go home. Get out of Ukraine, and the war will stop.
And don't come back.
And the war will stop.
Oh, look, they're talking to each other. This is our moment. Let's try to sneak in so we get to join the conversation, and then we get to ask them some questions. You know, let's try to join the conversation. Hey guys, so what are you reading here? Anything interesting? Hey, don't stop the conversation, guys. Just imagine I'm not here.
I'm not talking to you. Let them.
Hey guys, have you heard of something called the Budapest Memorandum?
No, I mean that's absolutely.
You heard of it, yes? Yeah. Okay, we can communicate like this. Is the Budapest Memorandum nuclear demilitarization pact?
Not
It's not. Oh, he says no. Wrong. It is, unfortunately. But you did well. You answered the first question correctly.
See what I mean?
Oh man.
What?
Like that. And community, I think it's communist community that's written behind them. And then a Soviet flag. Ooh, the Red Death. The hammer and sickle. You know, in Ukraine we call the serp and molot, serp I molot, which is sickle and hammer, smert I holod, which is death and starvation. Serpi molot, smert I holod.
Yeah, that's
We
what
have
he
that
gets.
saying in Ukraine.
Pavlo, I remind you that he denies the existence of the whole Holodomor. The one you showed.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah,
that's right.
get that on camera, Shaq, lady. Pavlo,
right.
you must say, yes.
I've shown them.
Yeah, but he denies the existence of the Holodomor in that photo.
Hey, you guys agree that the Holodomor happened, right? What about the Holocaust? Do you agree or do you disagree that the Holocaust happened?
Right, let's
If you're silent, it means you disagree.
China wants this photo of Ukraine.
Hey!
Almost, my friend.
99.
This is what international solidarity looks like. International solidarity.
Thank you. Oh, they're having a nice debate there. You know, I'm jealous. I wish I had a nice debate with some. Hey, is that Claire Is that Daly? Is that the lady with the crazy hair? It is. I think it is.
Is that Lukashenko lover?
Yeah. Who? She just passed by us. Oh,
Yeah, you love Lukashenko.
I was near a famous person, or rather an infamous person. Yes.
You're ashamed to the left. You're ashamed to the left. Solidarity.
If you don't like the arms trade, arm Ukraine for free.
That's right.
Arm Ukraine for free.
Who does that belong to? Did one of you guys forget that? Just to make sure nobody loses anything in all of this excitement. I mean, it's such a heated debate we're having right now, right? You know, it's such a back and forth.
Russian imperialism.
That's right.
Be isolated.
You definitely should. You should stop Russian imperialism.
Colonialist ideas. Stop them.
Fed to the meat grinder.
And their lapdogs here. Hey, is Jeremy coming?
Do you know that people who live in
Maybe Piers the Nutcase is coming.
they hate
Tears
Moscow themselves. They hate Moscow, they hate Muscovites because Moscow and Muscovites steal everything from them. They're starving themselves.
Claire
Do you
Daly.
know that-
Yay, I got her name
Do you know
right.
that
Her
you
name
are
is Claire
exploiting
Daly.
So many nations inside your
Yeah, but I don't
own
remember all of
country.
these bombs, man. I
And you are
can't be bothered to
telling
remember.
The world, how the world
You know, I do have them all here. To be honest, you know, they're not too relevant. They're not that. Hello, how are you? Very nice dress, lovely dress. Join us today when we are counter-protesting against this Russophile event. Join us today, Mrs. We have a very nice pink dress. You know, love it. Is it? It's very wonderful. We're having such great debates here, aren't we, guys? Right? You know, I like him in particular. He gives me the best reactions. You know, very nice guy.
What are your plans here?
Wait. I get it. Every time somebody stamps their foot on the stairs here, they become silent. They can no longer say anything. You know, they need to remain silent.
Rosie the Goth in a different outfit.
No. This one is a bit too old to be Rosie the Goth. Rosie the Goth is younger.
Rosie the Julie Goodyear.
Rosie the Goth still has the strength and youth to clean up toilets. You know, she actually does that. I'm not making it up.
Oh God.
Yeah, I'm not making it up.
Yes, it's George Galloway going.
Oh well, you know, nothing wrong with being a cleaner, but the problem is when people who are completely unaware of certain situations are trying to have an opinion on those topics. You know, for example, she's supporting Russia, but you ask her why. She doesn't know. She can't say. Anyway, at least we're getting a nice tan today. You know, some nice sunshine.
Well, I'm gonna burn again.
You know, it's okay.
Yeah.
I'm probably gonna burn too. You know, it's a sacrifice we all have to make, right?
Yeah.
Svetlana, thanks for coming. Slava Ukraini.
Oh, Tommy, you should say Slava Ukraini to the Ukrainian, self-proclaimed Ukrainian girl who said that that's a fascist thing. Yeah.
In my telly too, she comes out and says that I shall say it for her. Yes. But they already sung a Nazi anthem today. Jeez.
Oh yeah.
Here I am in my SS uniform.
I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if some of them see Jews as the same as Nazis.
Oh, I do.
So a lot of them are anti-Semites.
Don't you understand with your nationality and my religion? No, we'll just on both of us, please. Yes, obviously, Zelensky is our Führer.
That's right. That's right. The Jewish Führer. Jesus.
Because Russia.
Just how stupid does that sound? You guys are all such good friends. It's such a fun time with all of you guys.
They don't want to be mad at every day. They don't want to be in prison. They want freedom. They want their own life. All the Ukrainians
You know, I do wish they actually had the guts to go for a debate on their event, or at the very least to debate out here. Because in our Ukrainian protests, I always ask if somebody passes by and shouts something against it, I ask them, what's your point? What do you want to say? What's your question to us? Do they ever ask a question? No, they just keep walking. Or, alternatively, they come closer and they continue to shout very, very incoherently. Like it's something like this. They shout, proxy war! And then I ask them, why is it a proxy war? They come closer, proxy war, proxy war, proxy war, corruption, Zelensky, proxy war, cocaine, proxy war. And it's like they got Tourette's all of a sudden. You know, they just got infected with a very oh, hello there, how are you? That's a nice table. Is this a change my mind table? Are we going to finally debate? No, he's just walking away.
They are mute. Why are you so mute? Then there was say something.
They have no arguments.
Say something.
Putin got their tongue. Literally got their tongue. They have this Novichok pill under their tongue. If it moves too much, it bursts the pill and they die. So they need to remain silent. They have the right and the obligation. Are you guys? Do you mind if we have one of those? No? No, we want some of those. No? You don't want to share your literature? No? Okay. Oh, that guy is undressing now. You know he's going home.
For us Russians.
Going to Tesco's, gonna have a nice meal. You know, for 3 or 4 pounds. You know, gonna rest up from a hard day at work. For free, working for free probably. Yeah. As propaganda as the payment.
Erase us from this planet.
Oh yeah, you poor things.
If you're here, you if
Oh, you're back, my friend. Nice moustache, by the
if
way.
the world won't stop Russia in the
Reminds me a little bit too much of Stalin, though.
will spread further to other countries.
But that's okay. I don't call everybody with a moustache Stalin sympathizer. You know, unlike Putin, who just makes up these accusations out of nowhere, like saying that they're denazifying Ukraine. Yeah, what do you guys think of that? What do you think of the denazification of Ukraine? Agree? Disagree?
We're not fighting. All their guilt is that they want to leave.
You know what's funny? If we did that, they would probably call the police on us. But now they're ripping out their...
Is it the guy who wants to leave?
Hold on, I remember this individual over there, the guy with the military trousers. How are you, sir? I remember you from the other protest. Could you tell us really briefly why you're here today? Oh, he said something. Did anybody hear?
They are not allowed to talk.
Speakers here.
No, remember, Tony. They have the Novichok pill under the tongue. If the tongue moves too much, they die.
Yeah.
It's as simple as that.
And you're so scary and stuff.
You know, I guess at this point, they think that as long as they remain silent, they win. You know, we got this, we're winning. But the problem is, they're making complete fools out of themselves with this silence. This is what I don't get. Like, how can you have this little self-awareness? That real life people, you know, are coming to you and asking you questions and trying to speak with you.
Russia is
Oh, Gary the Gas, look at that! Gary the Gas, look at that! And look, it has a star, it has a communist star on it! It's the Soviet Union, it's returning!
They're carrying the gas inside, they're talking outside.
I know, right? I mean, they're just these coincidences, it's something that I like. I live for these little coincidences.
They don't have an answer, simple answer. How would you like to stop the war?
I can do an impression of Kermit the Frog, but they are all Putin toadies.
These Russians who
that's a pretty good impression.
From Russia, and they don't want to leave. They came here and they demanded
by appeal in Ukrainian.
Which one?
Before the TUC conference.
When was that? Last week. Where did you put that? On the conversation? One of the conversations?
Sorry, I don't remember too
I tried to friend you on Facebook. Sorry, I'm Chris.
Pablo.
Secretary of the Ukraine Solidarity Company.
Hold on. So you send it on Facebook?
Well, it's all round on Facebook. But I don't know if you... I did try to friend you on Facebook. And I would give
Wait.
you...
What's your name on Facebook?
Chris Ford.
Chris Ford.
Ford.
Like the car?
Christopher Ford, sorry. Yeah, that's in the car, yeah. I translated the TUC resolution and then I made some points.
And you'll be in court like in Ukraine. And your faces will be associated with those crimes. What a shame to support Putin, Lukashenko, to support those who stimulate wars.
Support genocide.
How? They are supporting genocide.
Bandero fascists, yeah. Well, that's what they say about me.
Some kind of Nazi.
That's what they say about me. But,
Anyway.
and counter on that, I think there's certain narratives that are... I'll try and find you them. You just find them.
Solidarity,
Sorry,
Ukrainian workers.
You know, solidarity with
Look at that,
Ukrainian
there's
life.
lots of them now.
Because the only crime
Dimitri.
Ukrainians have is because we want to leave. That's all. And Russia wants to kill us purely because we want to leave. We never invaded Russia, we don't want Russia, all we want just leave us alone.
Right.
We want to be alive in our country. and
Oh,
we
there's
want
no more
to rule
security
life in
here.
our
We're
own
safe now.
That's all what we want.
You're the one. You have.
We're no longer dangerous.
You're not scared of us. You should run away as well.
My friend, you have a little hole on your t-shirt. You might want to change that.
Russia did not pay enough, right, to buy a new T-shirt.
A little hole here on your mind.
Lukashenko moustache.
I know, right? The wannabe colonel, Lukashenko. Oh yeah. You know, man, I kind of feel bad for you guys. You have to stand here. You have to, yeah. You have to stand here. You know, have to endure this interaction in silence when your speakers are indoors, speaking to an echo chamber,
That's
when
what
nobody
they
is
pay
ever
them.
going to change.
They pay them to be in here.
I couldn't hear it. Sorry. I still couldn't hear it.
At least this one say something.
I mean, now he wasn't saying anything for hours.
You're saying to pass over to your children.
I'm going to be uploading it to YouTube.
Ah, this guy is back.
I'm going to be uploading it to YouTube.
Yeah, you know, you need to have self-awareness to be ashamed. You need to have self-awareness.
Which they don't have.
And I'm afraid there's no self-awareness over here.
Because you take the
Ames,
every single xenophobic right-wing party
I'll show you later.
Nacional,
and
Freedom Party of Austria, the Alternative for Deutschland, you have the exact position as they do.
What do you know about Ukrainian war? Tell me. What do you know about them?
You must be Scottish.
No.
You're okay?
Yeah, for now.
Shame on you. Shame on you.
Where are the speakers? Are they going to run away through the back door? Yeah. I mean, look, we're not besieging you guys. If you want to run through the back door, you can run through the back door. Nobody's going to chase you. But it kind of shows. It shows how much trust in your own points you have.
You're not left-wing at all.
You don't belong on the left.
I mean, look, there's not even any point in getting upset. You guys can just speak with us and kind of come to some kind of a conclusion. Just give your points. No? Ukrainian girl who said that Slava Ukraini is a fascist slogan. She said she's Ukrainian, but I don't think she speaks a word in Ukrainian. I don't think she has anything to do with it. Who knows? Maybe her grandpa is, from Ukraine or something like that. Or who knows? Maybe she's fully Ukrainian. You know, unfortunately, there are some Ukrainians who have also been brainwashed.
Who wants to sell you off to a foreign land.
Who just want to be alive at all.
Hello, on a different subject.
I said, that I say to you, your children in the future are ashamed of you. They would not like to see
There's a chicken dish.
because your face will be associated with Putin's supporters, Lukashenko's supporters, with terrorists.
I'm sure it's going to take a bit of time to change it from Kiev to Kyiv. But it's all right. It's
delicious.
And
But
they are not
I feel
talking.
guilty having it because I smell
Making apologies for Russian imperialism. Shameful.
Oh, they're reading some
Shameful.
books now. That's nice. What's the book? Hold on. What's ABC? Oh, it's ABC. Okay, that's useful. To learn to speak, learn to talk to others. Learn to answer some basic questions. It's very useful. The other one is trees. Okay, trees. That's nice. Very pacifist name. And a lot of trees are dying in Ukraine. Because of the war. Because Ukraine is not getting enough equipment to finally put this war to an end. Because, my friends, you need to realize this. The only way to end this war is to help Ukraine win. Ukraine has given up its territories in the past. There was appeasement tactics coming from the West in the past in 2014. It did not work. Russia went further. Russia went to conquer all of Ukraine. They failed. Now they're trying to lick their wounds. And we have to finish this.
What are they doing? They're destroying the wheat. They want to create a famine in the world.
And they said this on their state-owned TV. They said this on their propagandist channels. They said it directly. Okay, we're going to cause a famine in Africa. We're going to make those people starve, and then the West is going to be friends with us.
Yes.
They want to cause a famine. It's what the Russians do. It's what they've always been doing. They try to blackmail the world. They use nuclear blackmail. They use food blackmail. They use all kinds of things. They try to weaponize their culture, their language, their ethnicity. Invading Ukraine because, the Russian speakers were getting attacked. Well, what about the Ukrainian military? There's a lot of Russian speakers there. Hello there. Oh, she's going back to Hunger Games, to the Hunger Games. She's the presenter of Hunger Games.
Yep.
What's the catchphrase? What's the catchphrase?
Oh.
May strength be with you or whatever?
May the
Not the force, no.
no. What is it?
Oh, she left. I lost my opportunity for a lit comeback here.
I'm
for
sorry.
a nice joke. For a nice joke. Oh well.
Oh, May.
Good afternoon or morning. Would you like to have a word about Ukraine with real life Ukrainians? Real life Ukrainians here. Anyway, hope you enjoy it. I hope you enjoy it. Hope you learn something. There's nothing to learn from these individuals. Good morning, sir. Have you come to speak with real Ukrainians? No, he hasn't.
Oh, it's something like may the odds be in your favour. Something like that.
May the odds be forever in your favor. That's the one. But she's left.
Let's run after it.
She's left now. Yes. She actually looks like one of those Hunger Games.
This is supposed to go till 4:30. What time is it now? It is now.
Almost 12.
Quarter to 12. They're already leaving. They're already
left the
dropping out.
coalition. Escort Union just left the coalition. Did you have you noticed?
Oh man.
I think they need a comfort break. They've been here so long.
They've been switching around a few times. I think only these nice guys, with the glasses, with the nice boobs. Oh, ABC what? ABC chairmanship. ABC chairman and of chairmanship. He wants to be a chairman. That's nice. Maybe in the future he will be a chairman for this group, and then he will finally be qualified to debate us. Oh wait, actually he's just gonna hide inside of the building and never speak to us at all. It is what it is. These lovely people pass through. There you go, guys. Sure, nice day. We're not holding anybody here. We're not obstructing anybody. We are here looking for debate. That's right.
How many were you in 2003, 2004? How many are you now? Do you see a pattern? Do you see how wrong and hypocritical you have become? Do you see it? No? 50 people inside. 50 people.
Somebody should bring one of those posters of people saying, "Oh, we don't want war with Hitler. Let them just have Europe." Some Americans saying that. We should bring some of those posters. Then these guys would see the contradiction. Oh, who am I kidding? They're not going to see it.
You are part of Russian terrorism.
You have the right to remain silent.
That threatens the whole world with nuclear disaster. with family, with erasing whole countries and nations.
That's what they want.
Hopefully Putin is also going to be kaput soon.
He will be kaput. That's what they want, negotiations with Russia, right? This is what happens. This is exactly what happens.
Hey man, no smoking! Look, no smoking! Look, what are you doing? Look, no smoking! Call the police, this guy is smoking in a no smoking area.
This is an ordinary Russian behavior.
Ah, thug life, thug life. You know, he's a real rebel, you know? He's a real rebel. He's starting la revolution for socialism right here and now by smoking right near a no smoking area. That's right. He's a brave man. Sir, would you like to say something about your act of rebellion right now?
Smoking is good for your health.
No. Yeah, speaking is good for your health. Smoking isn't. Yeah, one of the reasons why we got no smoking over there. Look, this is a perfect show of the contradictions in this group. You know, they are organizing it and they're violating their own rules right here. They're violating their own rules. No smoking, and he keeps smoking. I mean, I guess he feels like if he stops smoking now, he's gonna be giving in to us. So it's a bit of a pressure to maintain his pride. You know, oh, I'm the man. I can just keep smoking. I'm not listening to you. I'm not hearing any of this. I just keep smoking. Yeah, I'm a big man.
Aren't security meant to be actually doing something if someone's actually
Security? What is this? Does anybody have a cigar or something? Maybe I'll have a smoke here. So they're chatting with him. Well, you never chatted with me like that. You know, I feel betrayed. I feel betrayed.
Do you feel a bit jealous? Yeah. Aw. It's okay.
Look, smoking right.
So we're not allowed to break the rules, but they are.
This summarizes the whole event. Anyway, let's not bully the poor guy. Let him have his smoke. He's had a stressful day of being silent when actually Ukrainians ask him questions for why he claims to defend Ukraine. Careful with the flag. Hey, my friend. Yeah. They get very pissed off with the flag. You know, it triggers them. Like a cross triggers the vampire, something like that. So don't touch them with the flag.
He might melt.
Anyway. Yeah, they might melt. Yeah. I'm melting. And then one of their, maybe that's how their leaders here behave. You know, they touch a flag, a Ukrainian flag, they're like, I'm melting, and then they're like, fly, my pretties, fly. And they send all of their pretties. You know, not so pretty, but oh well.
That's probably why
Who am I to judge? Yeah, I'm kind of melting myself with this sun, but it's okay. It's okay. It's for a good cause.
It's okay.
It's for a good cause. That's right.
Good to see you.
Good to see you, my friend. This man, you know, he's a famous person now. He showed up on the CNN Portugal, giving the good message to everybody in the world. You know, he spread the good message there. That's what everybody should do, just like him. You know, everybody should spread the good message.
That's what these guys should be doing, but instead they are supporting Russian imperialism and Russian colonialism.
Yeah.
They're ashamed. They're ashamed.
And reading ABC of being a chairman, you know. It's good to have ambition, but we need to have good ambitions.
Don't they need to learn to speak first?
Huh?
Don't they need to learn to speak first?
Yeah, I know, right? How can you be a chairman without speaking? I mean, can you be a mute chairman? I guess in some situations it's possible, I guess. But usually no, I would assume. Poor guy, I'm interrupting his reading. He didn't get to read anything.
First you need to have some ideas.
He's still on the same page he started.
First you need to have some ideas, and then maybe you can
Sing the anthem or something like that.
Well, where did the guy put his cigarette though?
It's right there.
Is it on the floor somewhere? Is he literate? Where? Oh, okay.
It's over here.
Yeah, I got it. Anyway, this is what it is. You know, when there's no feedback, when there's no conversation, we are forced to be focusing on these little details, these delicious little details about our opposition.
If you see the posters that they have here talking about refugees welcome and no deportations, they never speak about the deportations of children from Ukraine to Russia. Never.
Absolutely.
Yet they claim to be against deportations. It's so hypocritical.
That's a very good point. It's very good that you reminded me of that, because it's very important for us to speak about that topic in particular. There's a law that thousands, tens of thousands of Ukrainian children getting kidnapped from Ukraine and sent to Russia.
Yeah,
It's absolutely
despicable. Yeah, they make fairy stories about Russian-speaking peoples, but they've got nothing to say about something that really happens. Back to you, Rui.
Definitely. They have never even spoken to a Russian-speaking Ukrainian. Last time, one of them, when we were talking, he was telling me about the genocide of the Russian speakers, and right next to me was Ilya, who was always in our protests, who was a Russian-speaking Ukrainian. He was like, have you ever spoken to a Russian speaker?
No.
The Ukrainian Russian speaker. Like, quickly the conversation turned to something else, NATO or whatever. They are completely empty of arguments, completely empty.
Drop beats, not bombs. Oh, you see, I actually guessed from afar. I guessed she was coming here. Bombs.
Oh, that's a good idea.
Hey, don't be like that. You can have a nice conversation with us. We won't bite. We won't drop bombs on you, unlike Russia. Russia would do that.
You'll be contaminated with stupid ideas.
They're not causing
Shots
obstruction.
fired.
They are attempting to obstruct.
I think it's too late for that. They're already contaminated.
They are attempting to obstruct.
AGM wearing a t-shirt with bombs.
Air defense
For Ukraine!
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 Air defense. Come on, lads. Air defense. Come on, lads. Air defense
For Ukraine!
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 Air defense for Ukraine.
Hold on, Tommy, let's start a new one. This is a very important one, keep in mind.
Next, lads.
Russia is a terrorist state!
Russia is a terrorist state.
Russia is a terrorist state!
Russia is a terrorist state.
Russia is a terrorist state!
Russia is a terrorist state.
Russia is a terrorist state!
Russia is a terrorist state.
Russia is a terrorist state!
Russia is a terrorist state. Russia is a terrorist state. Russia is a terrorist
But
state.
hold on, one more thing. And how are we going to keep peace? Help Ukraine protect peace!
Help Ukraine protect peace.
Help Ukraine protect peace!
Help Ukraine protect peace.
Help Ukraine protect peace!
Help Ukraine protect peace.
Help Ukraine protect peace!
And like it or not,
Ukraine, protect
and like it or not, as Pavlov's friend, the hippie from Switzerland, who's also a Buddhist monk, said, arms keep peace.
That's right, they do. They definitely do. You know, if you remove the weapons from the victim, from somebody who's getting attacked, you're not ending a war. You're helping the perpetrator. You're helping the attacker. You're only making life easier for them. You're making life easier for Russia to
You're all
invade
Neville
Ukraine.
Chamberlains.
To invade Ukraine and to destroy Ukraine. If Ukraine didn't have the Patriot missile self-defense systems, air defense systems, Ukraine would be hit a lot harder by the Russian missiles, by the Russian rockets. But with the Patriot air defense systems, we are a lot safer now. So indeed, arms do keep peace. And you guys better keep note of that. You better remember that forever. And never forget about it. Never forget about the betrayal of peace that you're doing right now. Because the country that has sacrificed the most in order to achieve world peace was Ukraine. By far, the biggest nuclear demilitarization in human history. And one of the biggest demilitarizations of other kinds of weapons was done by Ukraine.
Dictators fan club.
I know, right?
Just as criminals sometimes have front organisations.
Stop supporting terrorists!
Stop supporting terrorists!
Stop supporting terrorism! Stop supporting terrorism!
Stop supporting terrorists. Stop supporting terrorists. And stop supporting dictators. Stop supporting dictators.
Stop supporting dictators! 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 Stop
Self-defense is no offence. Arm Ukraine.
Self-defense is no offense! Arm Ukraine!
Self-defense is
No offense.
Arm Ukraine!
Self-defense is not offense! Arm Ukraine! That's right.
Ukraine is defending not only itself, Ukraine is defending the whole world against this country, terrorists, against Russia.
Russia is a fascist state.
Ukraine is defending you,
Russia is a
so
fascist
that
state.
you would live in peace here in London. That's what Ukraine is doing now, sacrificing their lives.
You should go to
Women,
Russia and
children,
stop the
women.
war.
That's what Ukraine
Yeah, why don't you guys do a rally in Russia?
If you want to
Where's your
stop
Moscow
the
meeting?
war, you should go to Russia.
Don't use
Where,
that.
where are the Stop the Wars rallies in Russia?
Where it starts from? It starts from Russia. You should go to Russia then.
Who started this war?
Why you staying here in UK? Who supporting Ukraine?
Who started this war? Hey
And you
lady, who
support
started?
terrorists.
Drop beats, not bombs. Hey, drop beats, not bombs. Who started the war? Who started dropping the bombs?
from Ukraine.
Ukraine army did not go to Russian soil. Russia stepped in Ukraine soil.
That's right.
If you support Russia, you should go to Russia. If you want to stop the war, go and stay on the front of Kremlin.
Russia
Go and
invaded
stay on the right
Ukraine.
place.
Ukraine didn't invade Russia.
Don't make this building the West
Get
End
out
of
of your
Ukraine.
head.
Go talk to Putin to stop the war.
Where are your apologist speakers?
He
Where
started the
are
war
they?
in Georgia. He started the war in Moldova. He started the war in Chechnya.
And
Everywhere.
Syria.
And now it's Ukraine. Who is next? And you're feeding the monster. He's growing bigger.
Your
He will eat
apologies for
everyone.
Russian imperialism.
And you cannot see that. You're blind and mute. And if you're blind and mute, that means you support the Russian terrorists.
That's a good description. They've certainly been acting mute
And I saw
lately.
those videos.
They can't be blind, they're reading their little
You
books.
should be ashamed. You should take it off the jackets and go home.
You're supporters
think.
of imperialism, you're supporters of colonialism.
I don't know. He was on one page, or the same page, wasn't he? He was on the same page, wasn't he?
I don't know, he probably has moved to a different page at this point.
We hope.
Yeah. He probably, adapted to the stressful environment. He was like, okay, just imagine yourself in an empty room. But that didn't work, so he was like, okay, imagine everybody else is naked. And then he calmed down. Then he finally calmed down.
It's much worse now. They have nuclear weapons now. It's more dangerous.
Yeah, I mean, there was a day when Ukraine had nuclear weapons, enough nuclear weapons to end the world. But the Ukrainians never used those weapons to blackmail Russia and blackmail anybody. The Ukrainians gave up those nuclear weapons in exchange of a peace treaty with Russia. And the UK and the US have made guarantees for Ukraine to keep sovereignty over their lands. You guys are standing here in support of a violation of the biggest nuclear demilitarization treaty in human history.
Tommy,
You stand
careful.
here against nuclear demilitarization. You don't deserve to wear that badge. The badge of forbidding nuclear weapons? How are we going to demilitarize nuclear weapons globally if you stand here with the aggressor, with the country that has the most nuclear weapons?
I don't believe in peace. They're just a front for dictators. They're a dictator's fan club.
Well, that goes without saying.
They believe in money. Not in peace, not in
There you go, my friend.
Talk to him.
Have a look,
It is a him,
I don't
is
know.
it?
I've never been arrested, but sometimes
Where's your leader? Then come out here. We talk to us. We'd like to hear what he
like in the Godfather, all the business was a front for all these illegal activities. This peace thing is a front for a dictator's fan club. Dictators that you're lucky enough not to have to live under.
I hope
Why
you
should
become a
Ukrainian-
chairman one day, but none of this organization.
But how weird it is. They want to stop the war in UK land. How? Go to Russia.
That's true, there's no war here. So what's the point doing this?
What is?
The point is very clear. It's to stop sending arms to Ukraine so that Ukraine gets run over by Russia and gets colonized by Russia.
Yeah.
So they are making apologies for Russian
Absolutely, absolutely,
hypocrites.
Absolutely.
Hypocrites.
absolutely. I mean, I'm sure it has crossed your mind before that if you remove weapons from the victim, from somebody who's getting attacked, and they can't defend themselves anymore, it doesn't stop the war, it just perpetrates a genocide. It makes life easier for the attacker. Certainly you guys have thought of that before. I will never ever believe if anybody tells me that you never thought of that. I don't think the people here are stupid. I think, no. I think you guys are brainwashed. And you need to start thinking outside of the box. You need to start questioning yourself. You are defending a dogmatic worldview right now. You must realize that you're defending a dogma, a dogmatic worldview. You're refusing any kind of input from other ideas.
You claim to be on the side of workers, yet you show no solidarity with Ukrainian workers. Zero. You're a shame. Shame to the left.
Indeed. Oh, who else is here now? Oh, it's the tall guy. He's been having a chat with some people.
Oh, nice.
In his echo chamber.
Hello again, my friends. Are you finally ready to have a nice little friendly debate with us today? No? No, you're looking down. Why is that? Are you ashamed of something? Could it be that you're ashamed of something? Well, I think that's a good choice. I think it's a good choice to be ashamed of what you're doing right now.
Shame on you.
Shame! 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 For Ukraine! For Ukraine! For Ukraine! For Ukraine!
Should we get Tommy?
For Ukraine! Tommy!
Tommy, come on.
I like the French haircut, it's pretty nice. Why don't we talk about haircuts? You know, whose haircut is the best here?
Yours.
No. I don't count. I'm the judge.
Oh, damn it.
I like the guy with the red hair. You know, he has a very simple Roman haircut. You know, I like the Romanized haircuts. You know, very simplistic, very straight to the point. I can't see the haircut of this gentleman here because, you know, he's wearing a hat and he's listening to some nice tunes. But I'm sure he's listening to a nice Soviet song to, you know, to keep in shape. As for these ladies here, you know, I wish they had a conversation with us, but alas, they don't see us worthy of their words. It's very sad. It's very sad indeed. It's funny that, you know, how people claim to stand on the same side as the Ukrainians, but whenever Ukrainians show up and try to speak with them, they ignore them. They ignore the Ukrainians. They claim to stand on the same side as them, but they ignore them. For Ukraine! For Ukraine! For Ukraine! Welcome back! Welcome once again.
Shame on
Well,
you.
welcome once again. No, wait. Let's not shame them again. They're already shamed enough. Let's welcome them instead. You know, because we welcome anybody who's willing to see their flaws and to see their mistake and join us. We welcome any of you who are willing to do so, who are willing to have the humility and self-understanding and self-criticism to see that you are wrong and to join us, to join the real side that defends the rights and future and freedom of the Ukrainian people. But if you keep standing on this side, if you keep supporting the same apologists you're supporting right now, don't you ever dare in all of your life to utter these disgusting words that you're trying to save Ukrainian lives. Don't you ever dare to say that. Because you know better, and yet you're not acting better. And that is on your conscience forever, for all of your life.
That's right.
You are supporting those who kill people. Stop those who kill people, not those who defend their lives. That's what you are doing. You are supporting those who kill. You are supporting those who stimulate wars. You are supporting those who kill civilians, who kill women, babies. Weapons.
What did you say?
You can be a Marxist and have staff, darling.
The revolution starts right here. Actually, yeah.
Otherwise this will get burned.
Go to Russia. Take Russian soldiers back.
Isso é bom, pai. Não sei, oh man, não sei. Eu fiquei mais bronzeado em Portugal. Mas, olha, estás a ver?
Já fiquei mais do que
Fiquei mesmo tipo 3 vezes em Portugal.
Vais para lá, pensas que é que
Fiquei ganda lobster. Sim.
In Africa, in Asia.
Maybe I shouldn't have wore a cardigan.
All right, so what's the next topic, my friends? You've given us so much to talk about today. Give us a new topic.
Today is the first anniversary of the
Did we know something?
They're going to be there.
Oh yeah, peace talks.
And then how Russia's provoked you.
Because that has never happened before, right? We've never had peace talks.
Yes,
we have tried peace talks many times. Russia has betrayed their word. Russia has broken their agreements.
And for a
they have done it, and they will do it always.
And for a special treat, we'll talk about welfare, not war. How there was no poverty in the UK before Ukraine started defending itself.
That's my favorite. You know, these individuals, they had a lovely little slogan: welfare, not war. Because of course, the old shells that the Ukrainians are getting from the UK would be much better off sent to the homeless people. You know, they're gonna do so great with that. Oh, there you go. Oh, my friend, you're starving to death. There you go. Here's a shell.
We didn't have homelessness in Britain until Ukraine started defending itself.
Of course. It's all the fault of those pesky Ukrainians who dare to not just lay down and die and allow themselves to be killed by the Russian invasion, and dare to fight back against that invasion. And they dare to hold this country and the US to their word and ask them to keep their word, to give them the weapons to defend themselves. They dare to do that. How dare they? Truly, you guys stand for the rights and for the future of the Ukrainian people. Truly, that goes without saying. You know, you stand here in pure silence, making all of your points as one. Completely nothing. You know, completely hollow points. Oh, there she goes again. I'm sure she's gonna be back. Anyway. Aren't you guys kind of bored of being here in silence? You know, it would be a lot more interesting if we actually had a little interaction, no? I mean, I guess they're following the kind of mentality now that if I'm asking them to speak with them and I'm the enemy, so they need to do the opposite of what I'm telling them to do. They need to do the opposite.
They're not allowed to think.
Okay, guys, you need to breathe air.
I thought they were
You need to breathe in
I thought they were
and
in
breathe
favour
out.
of talks.
If you don't breathe in and breathe out, it's bad for you. Are they going to stop breathing now?
I thought they were in favour of talks.
I mean, that's exactly it. They're preaching here for talks. They're preaching for peace and negotiation. And yet they're unwilling to negotiate with us, to speak with us, to converse with us.
Well, what did I say? What did I say? I'm Tommy Two Flags at Toy Town Topper. I have 2 flags.
3 flags.
3 flags, that's my tally. And they have double standards. 2 flags against double standards.
Yeah. He's got the advantage. He got 3 flags, so I only have 2 standards. You know, numbers, my friends. Strength in numbers. I mean, it would be nice to give some numbers to Ukraine, some more artillery, some more weapons, and some more stuff.
Air defense
for Ukraine.
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 Air defense.
Hold on. That guy, you know, I have to give respects to that guy. He's going to smoke outside, away from this place, you know. Well done for that. Well done. He didn't smoke here in the no smoking area. He walked in that general direction and smoked over there. Okay, at least I put a smile on his face at last. You know? And that's something. That's a little bit of a reaction. It's not a yawn. It's not a yawn. It used to be yawns. They would all yawn as a choir. Oh, you know, I said we're very boring. We're very basic, very boring people. You know. No, I mean, those Ukrainians, they're so basic, they're so boring. They keep asking for weapons, man. Can't you ask for something new?
Like ice cream.
Ice cream for Ukraine. Yeah, give ice cream to the Russians. They're gonna stop attacking us.
Yeah.
Away from here.
Be proud of
Don't
yourself.
make
You want
your
to stop the
children be
war.
ashamed of you. Because tomorrow Russia will
Such a good
send
time, am I right?
bombs
What a lovely
here.
day to be here.
And they will bomb in your own houses. They will be killing you with your children. As they do that now in Ukraine. And bombs don't differentiate who supports Russia, who doesn't support Russia. They just kill. And that's who we are supporting now. You're crazy people.
It's always worth it.
Crazy mad people.
It's always worth it to face the opposition head on and to ask at least for a function, for a good back and forward conversation, for a debate. But the problem is, my friends, that although you mean better than the nutcases of Not Our War, those people at least speak with us. They bring their completely insane points to the table and they get destroyed every time, sure. But at least they try. They have the courage to speak. Now, if you don't say anything, you're not justifying your actions. It's the same as the Nazi soldiers when they kill. Oh, I was given orders. I can't be justifying my actions. I can't be explaining why I'm doing this. Or the Soviet soldiers, mind you, with the many exterminations that they've committed. You know, even more than the Nazis, because the Soviets had more time to do those exterminations. Well, Nazi Germany was very short-lived, fortunately. And I would hope that the Soviet Union would have been short-lived too, but unfortunately, they lived longer. And they got to kill a lot more people. But it's funny, you know, one of your guys here, one of your speakers, on a serious note, he parades around a Soviet flag. You guys know that in World War II, the Soviet Union was on the same side as Nazi Germany at the beginning of the war. Only eventually, when the Nazis decided to betray the Soviets and break the Molotov-Ribbentrop Treaty that they made with the Soviets, that treaty was made to split Poland in half between Nazi Germany and the Soviet Union. They were in cahoots. And one of your guys supports that. One of your guys supports
they paraded together.
Guess what both Hitler and Stalin were saying? That Polish state does not exist, Polish people do not exist, it has never existed before. The same exact sentences that are uttered by the Russian Federation today. Exactly the same.
Anyway.
Putin's speeches are almost equivalent to Hitler's speeches.
He talks about national traitors.
So, would you like to have a conversation with us? No? Have a nice day.
You're so scary.
I think it's Tommy, you know, Tommy is his projection, his voice projection is so strong that these guys are like, whoa, what's that? I gotta go, I'm out of here.
It's actually ricocheting, because when I arrived a bit late, I could hear it echoing.
Yeah. It's a strong voice, man. Maybe we shouldn't speak so loudly, because these guys are getting a bit humbled by Tommy's voice projection here.
Well, when Tommy opens the door, I go,
Advance! For Ukraine! 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 Advance! For Ukraine!
Oh, don't do that to your baby. It's such a boring event. These guys don't say anything. They keep silent all the time. Poor baby.
Being brainwashed.
Poor baby.
Indoctrination.
You know, I'm kind of heartbroken now. I can't even say anything. You know, the poor baby is gonna suffer through this silent treatment. Oh man. Oh well, you know. Oh well. I'm sure she'll grow up wiser than, you know, most people in this event today.
Well, here's hoping.
You can only hope, yeah. We can only hope. Oh boy. Oh, there's a few more people on that side. Hello guys, you want to come here and talk? No? No.
It's just scary. You ask, you know, too many questions. It's not.
Just be careful if they offer you any tea. It's going to have the you know, the classic Novichok flavor.
Even a glass of water would be wonderful.
It's going to be like a red fuming glass of water.
I think I'm going to have a drink of water.
I've got 4. Or do you have one?
Have I got water?
Here. Oh wait. You have one? Yeah.
No, I have. Okay, thank you.
You sure?
Because this event is so elitist. You know, there's only elitists in here. There's only these snobby individuals. Yeah. These individuals aren't ready for a conversation. They aren't ready for a debate. They just want to keep believing in their delusion their whole life.
There was a guy from the Polish community. There's probably about 90 Poles going to come and pick it later.
Oh, lovely. Tangerine. Dziękuję. The Ukrainian tangerine. Ukrainian tangerines are very nice.
Enjoy.
Where's the anti-NATO movement in Poland?
I know, right?
Where's the anti-NATO movement in Czechia? Where's the anti-NATO in Slovakia? In fact, come to think of it, where's the anti-NATO movement in Hungary?
I know. I mean, I'm sure that Orban would love an anti-NATO movement in Hungary to go.
Just as long as they're still protected by NATO, he can be against it.
Man, something has to do about this
Remember what I said.
done with
Using
this nutcase
Poland-
Orban.
Using Poland as an example of Central Eastern Europe, things you will see, things you won't expect to see, things you will definitely not see. I didn't expect to find Polish wine. It's still nice to know there are Jewish people there. You will not find anti-NATO movement in Poland. Yes.
That's right.
If it's any indication
Maybe I shouldn't have wore all black. maybe I made mistakes.
You can put your bag down, you know, you don't have to carry it the whole time.
But then it feels weird. I'm so used to carrying heavy.
Put it under this.
Okay, alright.
It's not gonna...
Might have to get another battery. Got like
don't,
20.
don't forget about that. Hi guys. They have the nice shade over there, but we have the nice stand from sunlight. That's right. Everybody has their own benefit.
Yeah. Well, I'm going to go from milk to slightly cooked.
Oh, the guy who was listening to music left. I guess he went inside to yawn by himself.
Yeah, and charge his phone or whatever the fuck he was using.
Oh guys, you're retreating too much into the shade. Are you giving up the stairs? Careful, there might be a special military operation in, and then we'll have to negotiate for the stairs, yes.
There'll be our stairs.
Exactly, we'll have to negotiate for them, you know. For example, look at this, let's negotiate now, let's negotiate. For me to remove my foot, I need 100 pounds from you guys. There we go. That's our equivalent to the situation in Ukraine. The Russians come uninvited, and then we have to be forced to be negotiating with them for whatever reason, because you guys feel like you want to spread your platitudes. You want to feel nice, you want to feel good, you know, because you're defending the good guys, right? You're defending these platitudes of stop the war, of peace and love, right? But sometimes the world is more complicated than that. Sometimes we have to stop criminals.
I have an idea. We negotiate. We get to keep Ukraine, and Russia can have stopped the war. That's pretty good.
That's a good exchange. I think that's a good exchange. Oh wait, I removed my foot. I can't remove it. It's my negotiation, but you know, it's my bargaining chip here. It's this little bit of territory that I own now. You know, it's fine.
Might as well take another step as well.
We can negotiate. I'm open for negotiations, guys. Alas, I don't think they're very eager.
Inflation, price rises, fuel price rises. We're all freezing to death, starving to death. Why is that happening? Why is everybody?
Oh well, according to a certain apologist from Speaker's Corner, it's happening because of Ukraine, because the Ukrainians have been defending themselves.
Yeah, and I mean, I eat squirrels.
Good morning, Miss. Would you like to debate about the situation in Ukraine? No, she wouldn't. What a surprise! I'm very surprised that the newcomers never want to debate, never want to speak. Careful, Tony. Careful. There's a gentleman passing by. Well, what a surprise! I'm very surprised that the newcomers and the veterans of this here event do not want to discuss or debate about anything that has to do with this.
I just think it's funny that they have to put their backs to us. They're kind of hiding now.
Yeah.
We spend every weekend for the last 50 years doing this.
I know, right? I know. I mean, you guys can't watch us with your
you can hear
backs.
us now. Can you hear us? You take your
He took his headphones off.
defenders off.
He got tired of the music. For Ukraine! 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 For Ukraine!
Oh, getting attacked by wasps.
turned up today. Andrew Murray. Your president, is he?
No, that's Brian, he know nothing.
Brian, he know nothing.
Surprised Tommy Corbyn is not here.
He's gone to the seaside.
Where's Jeremy?
Where's Jeremy?
Where's Jeremy?
The meeting today.
Is he making a new anti-Semitic manifesto these days? Is that what he's doing? I mean, probably is.
Yeah.
Can't lie, that's probably what he's doing all the time. Well, something happened there, guys. Somebody else is coming. One of you? No? Anyway.
This is a dry run for the Conservative conference in 2 weeks. Can you imagine they're going to turn up for the People's Assembly? You heard of the People's Assembly? That's another lot of...
Anyway, we go to this side so I get some sun on the, not only on my face. I'm gonna get burned. I'm gonna get burned. And these guys, they won't allow me to go into the shade in there to debate with one of the speakers.
I think that would be more like being the shadows, Pavel.
I know, right?
Come here and see these people. That's a disgrace, you know.
Yeah.
They're so
throwing rock to
thick-skinned.
at a wall. It's the same response. They just bounce back and nothing happens.
Oh yeah, when that Greek woman was out here trying to make you go over there.
Were you upset because of a foot on the stairs?
Step over that side, mate.
Why?
Step over that side.
Why?
2 feet on the stairs.
I mean, this individual is getting very upset for very small things, but I didn't even notice it this time around. I was kind of... Oh, is it? Is this the border? Is this the border between us?
How long are we going to stay here?
You're getting nowhere near the Odessa steps.
Maybe a while longer.
All together, we will win. Well,
Don't put that on me again. They're getting nowhere near the Odessa steps.
Yeah.
He's right. Не, я ще тут. Я кажу, he's right because this belongs to the building when the public
that's
property
right,
is refined, right? Steps, it's...
Hey, Tommy, get out. Get out. Don't worry about it.
На паркані залазити також не можна. Ось public property is...
That's alright. No big deal. You know, no big deal.
Спертися, окей.
You see, guys, we respect borders, unlike Russia. I mean, that's what Russia would do, right? Russia would just, lay down on the steps and say, "This is mine now. I sleep here. I live here."
Russia would say they were provoked.
I know. I was provoked. I need to go into the steps now. I need to break my way inside.
Look what you made me do.
I know, right?
He's lost his tough guy, Prigozhin.
I know. He killed this tough guy.
He killed Prigozhin, his tough man.
He had negotiations.
Yeah, that's negotiations with Russia, my friend.
That's what you get.
Pyongyang and get your steps back.
Tell me, what happened in Salisbury? Didn't a couple of Russians come over to Salisbury with some Novichok?
Novichok, yeah.
Novichok.
Oh, they have a whole menu of poisons like plutonium, Novichok, all kinds of things.
This organisation,
A missile in the plane.
this organisation, that's one of their poisons.
Have it inside? Who knows?
What we're doing about lunch is I could go and get something at Sainsbury's.
Yeah, don't worry about it.
Bring it back.
Yeah, you can go if you want.
Stand here.
You guys, have some lunch, guys. Don't worry. I'll stay here for longer because later on I'll have to go at around 3, a bit before.
I'll go and get sandwiches and bring them back.
You heading off now? Get something. Have something to eat, guys.
No, I was going to do an interview.
Oh yeah, go. Oh yeah, good.
And,
Have something to eat, guys. Don't worry about it. If you want to eat something, go ahead. We'll stay here.
where are you from, Pavel?
Ukraine.
No, you're Italian. Whereabouts are you from?
Chernivtsi.
Oh, my friend.
Making apologies for Russian
He's the
imperialism,
leader of
for Russian
this
colonialism.
section of the Federation.
Is it? That's nice. It's very nice.
You are fascist apologists. It's what you are. Fascist apologists.
Nice.
Genocide apologists. That's what you are.
That's no democracy.
I know.
You show zero solidarity with Ukrainian workers. Zero.
There were some comedy sketches.
You don't care about Ukrainian workers.
You're a dictator's fan club.
Yeah, a little bit. But overall, they're okay.
Peter,
They're
if
not
your
bad.
daughter was raped, tell me.
About
By Russia.
5.5
What would you do
years,
then?
something like that.
You would ask
No,
for
no,
negotiations, right? That's what you would do.
I just work there. There you go. Yeah, you can take the podium, Tommy. Don't worry about it. Now we have equality in terms of the level. You see, the level of the podium is the same level as the last step that they had. No. Go for it. Go for it. It's all yours, my friend. It's all yours. I'm not going to, fight you for it. negotiate for the podium. Oh yeah, he's got to pay me for the podium now. Jeez, imagine
Did you want
that.
to stand on the Did you want to stand on the podium, please?
Oh yeah. So what's new, guys? How's life?
Okay, I'll do a talk with you.
Yeah. So. In the middle.
Який план? Що ми...
Ну, ще тут, я думаю, я тут постою ще десь до 2:30, ще деякий час буду стояти, а потім мені треба буде піти. А ви, може, трошки раніше, щоб на протест вийдуть їхні спікери.
Look at these stalls down here, they scurry back here. They like my song, Matika. Thank you.
Я бачила
Infants for Ukraine! Infants for Ukraine! Infants for Ukraine! Infants for Ukraine!
Івент має, в принципі,
For Ukraine!
але я впевнений, що він не буде
Say again!
Arm Ukraine! Self-defense is no offense! Arm Ukraine!
Self-defense
is no offense!
Arm Ukraine!
Self-defense is no offense!
Arm Ukraine!
Self-defense is no offense!
Arm Ukraine! Don't worry about it. Tell Chris not to worry about it. It's all good in the hood. We're all peaceful people here. You know, nobody's starting any trouble. Arsenal in disguise.
No, you got it wrong, lads. They're all assholes in there in disguise.
Oh!
Good result. They're abusing us.
Football today.
Cops are here. I thought for a second they might have called the cops on us.
Yeah, same.
It's alright. If they want to call the cops, let them call the cops. It's all good.
What the cops going to do? We're in a public place.
I don't know.
Public place! You're in a public place! You're in a public place! Then don't walk here! Don't bring your child to Russian terrorists! You teach your child to support Russians and terrorists! Ah, whatever, why she's walking here?
Because there's legal things on film.
Ah, whatever.
At least to an extent.
On the place where you mingle kids go. When you kids go.
Yeah, don't film the kids, guys. Let the
Not
kids
film.
go.
Who told you that I'm filming kids? This is the
he was there.
wonderful lady and who? She's not here, but wonderful lady who supports Russia is on the picture, and everyone is going to be on the picture.
I mean, they do use tools and human shields. I remember I was at a...
Oh, I'm sure they do.
Yeah, well, they was at the Belarusian embassy, you know, and they called the police, and the police were told them, look, I told you for the last time, we can't use batons against them. And then one of them comes out of the Belarusian embassy building with a child just to prove a point, you know.
You at that point. And there's nothing you can do about it. You just look like a complete fool, you know, because you're not saying anything, you're just staying silent. You're just, you get asked a few questions, like simple questions, and you can't answer that because you're already committed to that mindset of being silent the whole day, of not saying anything. But I guess, you know, they're kind of loosening up a little bit. Maybe they'll speak with us now. They're starting to talk to each other. I mean, every person has their limit in terms of the this kind of behavior that they can endure.
They're just coming out with the same stuff they say to each other, they agree with each other, just breaking their heads.
Yeah. I mean, I'm sure in their minds these people are thinking, oh, you know, we're standing up to these people who don't make any good points. But how are you standing up if you're not making any point at all? You know, you're staying silent. You're here wiggling about, speaking with each other occasionally, listening to music, yawning, reading books, doing all of that. But you're not actually defending your point.
And refusing to negotiate with the state.
Yeah. Isn't the whole point of you guys coming here today to make a point, to show your ideas, to show what you want to be done? You can't make a change whilst remaining completely silent. You can't make a change without explaining what change is, what that change is. You can't do that. You're not making any change at all. You're just, being here wasting your time. Anyway. I digress.
I'll sing for again. Should I sing the Israeli anthem?
If you want, go for it, Tommy. If you want to, you're welcome to.
I've already sung the Israeli anthem. Talking about the Ukrainian anthem over here.
Oh, maybe we should do that. Hold on. Hey guys, let's sing the Ukrainian anthem. Come on. України, ні слава, ні воля, ще нам, браття українці, усміхнеться доля. Згинуть наші вороженьки, як роса на сонці, запанує ними, браття, у своїй сторонці. Душу й тіло ми положим за нашу свободу і покажем, що ми браття козацького роду. Душу й тіло ми положим за нашу свободу і покажем, що ми браття козацького роду.
Слава Україні!
Героям слава!
Слава Україні!
Героям слава!
Слава нації!
Смерть ворогам!
Слава нації!
Смерть ворогам!
Україна!
Понад усе!
Україна!
Понад усе!
Слава Третій!
Слава! 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 That's right. There's some funny guys there.
Best their hearts were trying.
And it's funny, people who have nothing to do with this are being more vocal than people who have everything to do with this, who supposedly should be here explaining their points and justifying their actions. But
Слава Україні!
Героям слава!
Слава Україні!
Героям слава!
Слава нації!
Смерть ворогам!
Україна!
Понад усе!
Україна!
Понад усе!
Слава Третій!
Слава! Слава! Слава!
Слава Україні!
Героям слава!
Слава нації!
Смерть ворогам!
Україна!
Понад усе! Don't worry about it. The door is opening and closing all the time.
But every time you get a chance. Well, if apparently according to Alison Academia, Africa down the King's Cross.
I think what could trigger these guys even more is if we sing "Rule Britannia, Britannia rule the waves." If we sing that, that's gonna really, really bring the triggering to bear. Careful, Tommy. Careful. Don't wiggle the flag there. Let me. Who knows "Rule Britannia"? Who knows? You know? Do you know how to sing "Rule Britannia"?
I do, but I don't want to.
Oh.
They did.
Next, the holy T-shirt. I think that has a hole, not the. Yeah, just like the arguments. Well done. It's true. It's very true. It's a holy T-shirt, just like the holy arguments you guys have here today. Right. Okay, round two. Round one was very intense debating, guys. Now it's round two. Let's go. Who's first? Who's going first? Okay, this gentleman just drank some water. He's recharged. He's ready for another one. Let's go, my friend. What do you have to say? You know, actually, he's done something very intelligent. He's put the thingy of his bag on top of the hole, so now the hole is not visible. You know, he covered it up, so it's perfect. It's a perfect solution.
Cover up their support.
Or pretending there isn't a problem.
Yeah, it's a bit of a patchy support, I have to say, a bit shoddy workmanship. But you know, the intention is what truly counts. Yes.
I guess.
And the intentions we are feeling today from these guys are obvious. We were expecting non-violence and non-aggression, but what we got was non-conversation. You know, complete a policy of no words spoken. Actually, there were a few words here and there from some people, but you know what I mean.
Yeah. And
basically, hey, you're talking gibberish.
Oh yeah, that guy blamed me twice of talking gibberish, but he didn't explain a single time why I'm talking gibberish. And you know, I could explain.
He just
why
wanted to
these
shut you
points are
down.
Gibberish. I could explain it right now, but
Yeah.
these lovely gentlemen and the ladies here, can't forget about the ladies too. They don't really want to listen, unfortunately. Ah, some coffee and Coke, nice. Thank you. I was getting thirsty. I love the Coke. It's the good Coke, not the Diet Coke.
Until you get some uni league.
Is that for the lady or for him? I think he brought it for himself. That's right, my friend. I support you. I fully support your commitment to the sugary Coke, not for the non-sugary Coke. It's the best Coke, guys. Best
no.
Coke. Sugary Coke.
No.
Oh, you heretic! You heretic!
As long as they're not uni products.
I know, right?
It's disgusting.
Enjoy the coffee, guys. I hope you enjoy the coffee, but just watch for the Novichok. Oh, I think that guy's having some tea. I see the tea bag. That's nice. Hopefully it's English breakfast, some nice English breakfast with some milk and sugar. I really love that stuff. Oh, sorry, Tommy. Sorry. Did I not leave you enough space? I thought it was good enough. No worries. I'll have a seat here. You know, have a nice conversation with our friends. We made so many friends today. Like this guy. What's his name again? I don't know. Well, that guy. No. This guy is the chairman. This guy is the tree hugger. Okay. They were reading books about that. Tree hugger and chairman.
The Rasputin huggers.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. Then there was the smoker, the guy who was smoking right here in the no smoking area.
Yeah.
It blows my mind.
Where's
Like,
Brian E?
hold on, guys. What sense?
Brian E. Know nothing.
Listen, what sense does that make? I put my foot on the stairs, and the other guy comes to me. Oh, you can't put your foot on the stairs. That guy smokes right near the no smoking area, the no smoking sign, and nobody bats an eye. Nobody says anything to
They're
him.
hypocrites. 2 flags, double standards.
Hey, defense for Ukraine.
Yeah. It's gonna be fun editing this later.
It's gonna be a long one. Yeah. But I think there's a lot of good entertainment here. I think there's a lot of good. You could make some small shorts, just for example, I don't know. Smoker smokes in a non-smoking area or something like that. You know. That's very interesting. That's very funny. Peace talks. They have some peace talks badges. It's very interesting to have peace talks badges when you are here opposing the country that's defending themselves against an attack, from getting armed, from getting the means necessary to defend themselves. It's like you're getting attacked by a wolf and you got a spear in your hand. You're like
You're meant to drop the spear.
You're meant to drop the spear and meant to hug the wolf.
Yes, because that would mean an escalation.
Oh yeah, if you stick the wolf with the spear, it's only gonna make the wolf angrier. It's not gonna kill him or anything.
bad enough
When has a spear ever killed a wolf?
Well, it was bad enough you were. It's me again. Everybody's favourite.
Glupy Moronov.
Glupy Moronov. Yeah, I can't even say my own name, but that's the point.
Yeah,
it's bad enough
it's a
you
meme.
provoked the wolf in the first place.
Yeah, provoke the wolves, guys. Provoke the wolves, and then drop all of your spears. Drop your spears and don't fight the
eat you?
wolves.
Why would the wolf want to eat you? What could you possibly have that the wolf would want?
It's interesting, right? You're a farmer, you live in your farm, and then a wolf comes by and eats your sheep. And then you stand face to face with the wolf with a pitchfork in your hands. What are you supposed to do? Are you supposed to actually attack the wolf and chase him away? Or are you supposed to drop the pitchfork, go on your knees and beg the wolf to stop?
I say again, what could you have the wolf could possibly want?
I know, I mean, there's so many animals in the forest. Why would the wolf want your sheep? There's so many animals there already.
And it's not just a wolf. It's sorry, this sounds too much of a commercial. It's a Brits wolf.
Oh man, enjoy the coffee, guys. I see you were getting sleepy. You were yawning very often. You know that some coffee is nice for that. It's good to help you with the sleepless nights. I'm sure you're getting a lot of sleepless nights thinking about all the dead Ukrainians and all the atrocities that the Russians are committing. Oh wait, you're not. You haven't even considered that. You haven't even spoken about that with us. Well, I'm sure you have sleepless nights for other reasons.
Sleepless nights thinking about the fate of Ukrainian workers. Oh, actually, you don't.
If only.
About them.
If these guys had a single sleepless night thinking about the Ukrainians getting killed by the Russians, they would have joined us and they would have stood together against the Russian invasion. They would have condemned the Russian invasion properly and not with this half-hearted, hypocritical attempt.
Maybe they just lie back and think of, lie back and think of life in Pyongyang.
Oh, I know. Yeah, I'm sure there's a lot of tankies in here who would love some Russian tanks to just stream into Ukraine and crush those pesky Ukrainians. I'm sure they would love that. Right, guys? No? Still no reaction?
That's their peace formula. That is their
Oh, that's their peace, the eternal peace of death. Everybody dies. There's peace for everybody, right?
If just die, there will be peace.
Of course, just let all the Ukrainians die, and there's gonna be peace again. Heroyam Slava! Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Appreciate it. Have a nice day. Have a lovely day.
That's bad enough another country that I care about. You know, they don't want to lie down and be good little victims.
Oh, don't bring the poor kid again. He's getting bored here. Give him some ice cream. not some waffling from these guys. Give him actual waffles with Nutella and not wafflers.
It's actually good because this is a circus inside. So.
Oh man, you got it, man. You got it. But dude, they're missing the clowns. All the clowns are standing right here. What about the clowns? What is the circus going to be without the clowns? They got the word jugglers inside. They juggle words.
Oh yeah, they do.
You know, they would do some
put that thing on me.
mental gymnastics.
Yeah, this is a circus in here.
Gymnasts.
Circus a load of bollocks.
Some mental gymnasts in there and the word jugglers.
Pretending to be on the left while being on the same side of us as all of the extreme right-wing xenophobic parties.
Yeah, it's funny how that happened, isn't it? It's kind of funny. It's also funny.
They rail against the Nazis in Ukraine, but they stand on the
who was
same
on your
side
side?
of all the
Who was on your
Nazis in
side?
Europe.
As the Russian Nazis.
Yeah, and who was on your side when you went to Downing Street? The pig pen. You had to rely on them.
I know.
To back you up.
I know. And the pig pen is funny. The pig pen had a hardcore comic, Piers Corbin, but they accepted him because he's also a conspiracist. Now these guys have other hardcore comics.
The letter didn't work, so they got a right winger with a bouncing ball. You saw it there.
It must be a bit tough to keep just standing here in silence. You guys are always welcome to speak with us. You know, you don't have to just stand there. It's not bullshit, my friend. I can read lips. You know. I mean, especially if you make it so obvious. You guys can speak with us. We don't bite. We're not going to do anything to you. We're not going to threaten you, unlike the Russians in Russia. I mean, you can laugh all you want, but we're not going to threaten you. In Russia, if somebody stands against the war in Russia, they immediately are put in jail. Immediately. Let's sing, guys. Let's sing. Come on. Let's go. 3, 2, 1. Ще не вмерла України, ні слава, ні воля. Ще нам, браття українці, усміхнеться доля. Згинуть наші воріженьки, як роса на сонці, запануєм ними, браття, у своїй сторонці. Душу й тіло ми положим за нашу свободу і покажем, що ми, браття, козацького роду, душу тіло ми положим за нашу свободу і покажем, що ми браття козацького роду. Слава Україні!
Героям слава!
Слава нації!
Смерть москалам!
Україна!
Понад усе!
Україна!
Понад усе!
Україна!
Понад усе!
Героям України тричі!
Слава! Слава! Слава!
Thank you, my friends. And now it's your turn, guys. Yay! Lovely song, lovely song. You know, we are already accepting, invitations to sing. We were requested to sing by our fans over there, by the great people of the UK who support us and support Ukraine. In the meantime, these lovely individuals were laughing when those guys were actually giving us, hoping to encourage us to sing. That's right. We were singing now, and we will always sing if anybody asks. Do you guys want us to sing? Do you guys want to? No?
I'll give them another song.
All right, let's go, Tommy. Go for it. The stage is all yours. The world's your stage. There we go. How are you, sir? How was it? I hope it wasn't too boring. These guys here are boring us to death.
I want to sing. I want to song.
Hey, don't stop the poor gentleman from speaking. Oh, why are you sending him away? He's his own man. He has the right to speak. Hey, don't go, sir. you can explain to us what happened in there. What's your feedback about
Here I go again. Here's another song. Pablo.
No smoking. Oh, I love you. I love you. He pointed at no smoking, but there was one of these individuals who was smoking here. I know, right? I completely agree with you.
Okay, yeah, if they want another song, here's that song of hope again. Polid ma polivim hi hainima nefesh Yehudi omiya Azatzat mitzrak harima ayin letzion Sophia Olak avda tikvatenu atikva Shenot hapayim lihot hapofe beretzenu
We got a migrant here. That guy just left his land. He's migrating to our land.
We have to start
smoke too.
Oh, we have to start a special operation then, because he invaded and stuff.
It's going for smoke too. Look, why can't the other guy who was smoking here and who kept smoking when we reminded him of that, why can't he be like you guys? You know, you went over there to smoke, he's going over there to smoke. That's good. It's a good point. He's doing well.
עוד לא עבדה תקוותנו, התקווה שנות החיים, בריאות הפושי בארצנו, בארץ ציון ירושלים. בריאות הפושי בארצנו, בארץ ציון ירושלים.
Yay! Very nice, very nice. Who's next? Who wants to sing next? Hey, you want to sing Portuguese song? Portuguese song. Hey, let's sing the Portuguese anthem. Come here, man. Come here. I remember the words. I remember the Portuguese anthem. Let's go. All right. This is the anthem of one of the countries that supports Ukraine the most, and I'm going to sing it with my friend here, with my Portuguese friend right here. All right, let's go. Heróis do mar, nobre povo, nação valente e imortal, levantai hoje de novo no esplendor de Portugal. Entre as brumas da memória, a pátria sente-se a voz, os seus igrejos de voz, que hão de lutar pela vitória. Às armas, pela terra e pelo mar. Às armas, pela pátria lutar. Contra os canhões marchar. Hey, very nice. We should do that more often in the Ukrainian protests. That's right, guys. That's right. Tak sabes, pá. Tak sabes. That's right. Who's next? Who's next? Who's going to sing next? Is it one of you guys? I feel some real desire to sing here.
I think they.
Or maybe it's this fine gentleman here. How are you, sir? What's your feedback about this event today? You have anything to say? No? Are you okay, sir? You need some directions? No? Yeah. Seems a little bit lost.
Yeah, in a lot of ways.
I mean, I'm sure most of the people who came here just came here because they're lost.
Yeah.
And I'm lost for words. I'm lost for words because these individuals haven't actually.
Have they been found out? Have they been found out?
Oh, that's the wrong way, sir. That's not your home.
I think Ian came there.
I hate it when that happens. You know, I'm looking for my home, and then I end up going exactly in the same place that I came from.
Oh, there, it's okay. It can only get better.
It happens all the time to everyone, right? Let's be honest. Probably they're showing the people the back door.
Yeah.
They're just making them leave through the back door, which is a pity. We wanted to have some nice little discussions, some nice little debates. I mean, look, these guys are having a nice discussion with each other. Well, what are we? Are we not good enough for you guys? Come on. Where's the conversation? Let's make some conversation. Let's make some small talk, guys. How's the Coke? Is the Coke nice? She looks like she's liking it.
Someone
has a lot of tattoos there. Oh, that's always a good conversation starter. When you see a new person, they got some tattoos. Oh, you got some nice tattoos over there. What's that one for? Is that what does that symbolize? What is because a lot of tattoos are done with symbolism in mind. They're symbolized stuff. They symbolize stuff that the person who does the tattoo identifies themselves with. So if we know how to read the symbols, we get to know a lot about the person who has the tattoos. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So for the people who have a tattoo of Russia on them, we can already tell what kind of a person they are. What kind of a person? You see, this is a good citizen. He went to a area where he could smoke, and he smoked there. Appreciate it. I really do. I have to give respect to this guy. Same as the ginger guy over there. He did the same thing. He went over there and he smoked. They did learn with their mistake. The guy who was smoking here, he didn't stop. His pride was on the stake. He had to stay here. He had to smoke. He had to bang his foot on the floor and say, "No, I'm smoking in the no smoking area." But these guys, they actually did the right thing. I appreciate it. They had the humility and the wisdom to do the right thing. But guys, you should have the humility and wisdom to join us instead of going to this apologist event. How are you, sir? Would you like to explain what the event was about? No? Your bag is open. Your bag is open. I'm not joking, actually. Yeah. No worries. No problem. Now that you've stopped, you might as well just give us a little. Come on, think for that. Just tell us the basics of what happened in there.
We had some votes,
Some votes.
Oh, you had some votes.
Oh, votes. That's lovely. It's great when we have votes. Huh?
What are you doing?
That's a very good question. I'm glad you're asking it. So in here, there is an apologist event to stop providing Ukraine with the means to defend itself against the Russians. We are here to support Ukraine. We are here standing against these apologists.
Just a poll, you don't need us to sign to do something.
Oh no, you don't need to sign. You don't need to sign anything. But I like your T-shirt. It's very unique.
I saw there's a table here.
Oh, that's something else. That's the apologist event. Don't sign up with those guys. They get paid by the Russians.
Okay, I support you. Yeah.
Thank you very much, my friend. Have a nice day. Have a lovely day.
He got in the way of the other fellow.
You see, there's always good news in being here. We can always tell people the truth about this situation and redirect them from the apologist way into the truthful way.
I mean, they said they took a vote. What was the vote? Hands up who agrees with me.
Yeah, I mean, it's very funny. It's very funny they took a vote in there. What happened to the vote of the Ukrainian people to be part of Ukraine, of a sovereign country? Every single Ukrainian state, including Crimea, has voted to be part of Ukraine when the Soviet Union collapsed. What happened to that vote? Suddenly we don't respect votes? And keep in mind, every state besides Crimea that had a bit of a closer vote, every other state voted 80% plus to join Ukraine. 80% plus, that's a landslide. That's not even close. And the Russians come to our land and they say, oh, you know, there's a lot of Russian speakers, they're being oppressed, blah, blah, blah. They voted to be with us. They voted to be with Ukraine. What happened? Did those votes just disappear?
Yep. They didn't count.
Idiotic. And these people, in the meantime, they will support the fake,
Say them for what they are. Crapperendums. Over to you, Pablo.
the fake referendum that was done in Crimea after an invasion. So wait a second. You invade a region with soldiers. You hold a vote at gunpoint. At gunpoint, with soldiers still there, and soldiers were allowed to vote too.
It's gloopy again, but any other way would be provocation.
Oh yeah. We need to just lay low and allow the Russians to kill whoever they want to kill.
And rape.
In the whole world.
And torture.
How are you, miss? How are you? How was the event? Was good? The event, you're there. You didn't go there? That's alright, that's alright. Have a nice day. That's a wise person, not going to this cracky event. How are you, sir? How are you doing? Did you go to the event here?
Do you know that in there people are being very critical of the Russian invasion?
Yeah, we are being very critical of the Russian invasion of Ukraine, yes.
You can't just join something like NATO without losing your own
Says we can't join NATO.
Wait, Tommy, leave it.
Lose your own sovereignty. You've got a ready-made list of enemies and friends.
Tommy, wait,
Who's running that war?
Please. Hold on.
Russia.
Please.
Who is running the Ukrainian
sir.
army?
Wait, please. Let him make his point. I want to hear your point from beginning to the end.
Take a look at the targeting.
This is the first person who's actually engaging in a propaganda. Wait. Hey, guys. What are you doing? Let them sleep. We're having one-on-one.
Did you see what happened here? All of you came and surrounded him as soon as he.
Nobody's doing anything. I will be the only one who will speak to him. I will be the only one. Don't say anything, guys. Don't say anything. Because these guys will say that we're shouting at them. Could you make your point, please, sir?
Somebody else is making their point. We made a lot of points. You've got to recognise that you are losing your sovereignty the more you try to join something like NATO. Look at the way it's weakened every country in Europe. Most of them are afraid to open their own eyes. It's not the way to work. We can't have a situation where you have conflict being built across the globe.
Do you think the UK is a sovereign country?
It nominally is, but it's not. Look at who it is.
Is France a sovereign country?
It's sovereign in
Is Germany
one
a sovereign
sense,
country?
but when you take on membership of international obligations like NATO or the European Union, you surrender a large amount of your own
name one
sovereignty.
sovereign country in the world.
No country is completely 100% sovereign. I don't think anyone would ever agree.
So what are we
But you
talking
have
about?
substantially surrendered your right on military activity, your right on defence, and even your rights on economic
I'm sorry, but
policy.
if you don't believe any country is sovereign, then your point is hollow.
No. I think
Making a
it's
point
always
about
a
sovereignty, you just said no country is fully sovereign.
So you're accepting
And you have a wrong
the US,
idea of sovereignty.
the most dominant country in the globe.
Okay, is US
actually
a sovereign
running?
country? Is US a sovereign country?
Not even it's.
The US is not a sovereign country.
But it is the dominant force. It's the dominant force.
It's the dominant force.
And it
But
is
hold
running
on.
the Ukrainians.
Okay, so first of all, I completely disagree with your definition of sovereignty. I think it makes no sense
Well,
because you don't see
philosophers
any
argued
sovereignty.
this for hundreds of years anyway.
But that's not the main point, is it? The main point is the solution to the war. Stop the war coalition. You want to stop the war, correct?
Yes.
How are you going to stop this war?
That's what's being discussed. It's not exactly. But keeping it going isn't going to keep it going.
What's your solution?
You've got to remember that Ukraine is a state with many nations inside it. Many nations. You have a substantial Russian minority, you have a substantial Hungarian minority. You've got a Roman.
You're not answering the
even at
question.
one
You're
point
deviating
Catholic
from the question.
minority.
How are you going to stop this war?
You have to respect those
Wait.
minorities.
How are you going to stop the
The
war?
conflict didn't happen
How
until
are you going to stop the war?
the conflict did not start. Did not. The conflict did not.
It's a war, yeah.
Being until the Russian minorities started feeling threatened.
How are you going to
think
stop
of
the
the
war?
Odessa burn.
You still didn't answer. How are you going to stop the war.
If I had a magic wand, I could give you that. That's what we're discussing in there.
Well, you guys have been discussing about nothing then. You came up with nothing. You have no solutions. You stand against the Ukrainian people then.
Please,
no one stands. I don't stand against the Ukrainian people. I have great admiration for the Ukrainian people. I've been through them many times, and the Polish people.
Okay, dear gentlemen, imagine you live here in Britain. This is your country. Can you imagine if some other country invaded Britain, came to your own home,
Я думаю,
killed your child, raped your sister,
That happened.
killed your mother?
Well, that's exactly what the Russian minorities are saying is what's done to the Ukrainians.
That's Russia. That's
Shops going on in Donbass.
Show me if you don't have.
Не говоріть дві зараз, не говоріть. Вони зараз знов причепляться.
Okay. But if Ukraine did
So, debater and mediator.
I mean, I don't know how somebody can say that no country in the world is sovereign.
That's ridiculous.
It's just so interesting. Why even have the word sovereignty?
Because there is no respect for minorities. And you recall that in 2014 the first acts of the government were to ban the Russian language, ban Russian teachers.
That's not true. That is wrong. That's wrong. That we have a lot of
Banned from
Чекайте, не всі зараз. Не всі зараз. Не всі зараз. Не всі зараз. Не всі зараз.
We are not stopping Russian language. Never ever.
Even had Hungarians objected because they were all speaking
Would you like to describe to us this lovely event that's happening?
I've followed Ukraine many decades.
And how many
Nobody is
Ukrainian
qualified to
people live
describe
in
this
Russia?
event.
I know the situation.
Зачекайте.
Nobody seems qualified to describe
How
this
many
event.
Ukrainian
That's the
school
question. How did
is
you guys
in
organize the
Russia?
event with not a single person
No,
qualified
I will tell you,
to actually
no,
describe it?
zero Ukrainian school in Russia. In Ukraine, we have a plenty of Russian schools.
Yes.
That's what you're telling about the
not
language.
allowed.
You lie. You lie because I'm from Ukraine and I have too many Russian-speaking friends. You lying about Ukraine. You manipulated with the Russian language. Stop manipulating it.
The law
Stop
that was
manipulating
repealed,
with
it was
that.
a law from 2012 that was enacted by Yanukovych. 2012. That's the law you're complaining that they...
And now,
20 years. 20 years, Ukraine lived with a law which is a constitution which came from 1990. Even before their independence. This was already the last law enacted.
Many of those laws that came
in the Ukrainian socialist. It was a law enacted in 2012. 2012. You're complaining.
Independence was established in 1991. So for so many years, all nationalities lived peacefully in Ukraine. And when suddenly started when Russia invaded Ukraine, then people, they started to kill Ukraine. They started to torture Ukraine. They started to abuse Ukraine.
That started long before the Russians.
No, that's not wrong.
Building up the best part of this century.
Have you been to Ukraine?
Not in many years.
Then how you can judge? How can you say? How you can?
Because it's on record. It's well
on
on
record.
record.
Show me which record. It's Russian sovereign.
They're giving him way too much credit.
It's Russian.
Yeah.
where I can find
You need to stick to the point that we're talking about, about the solution. They claim here to stop the war. They say stop the war. How? How are you going to stop the war? That's the main question. If you can't answer how you're going to stop the war, this is irrelevant. This is completely irrelevant.
You know what? You manipulated even with that. What Russian woman has been raped by Ukrainian. That is a manipulation. You have to prove that. No, if you say something like this, you have to prove. How do you know? Have you been there? Have you been involved in that? Have you been in violence? You don't have any proof. Did you? You just say that, but you don't have any proof what Ukrainians show
You repeat
soldiers
somebody's
rape.
words.
You repeat Russian propaganda. You repeat so many people. We lived peacefully. We lived peacefully in our country before Russia invaded.
Tell me how many countries Ukraine invaded?
Good afternoon, miss. Did you go? Oh, careful, that's a no
How
smoking
many
area.
countries
No smoking,
Russia
no smoking area. Is it? Oh, okay, I guess people who go to the event are, you know, they get scot-free.
Moldova, Georgia, Chechnya.
I mean, it still says no smoking right there.
What is a Königsberg
How was the event, though?
doing? What is a Königsberg?
Love the Joker t-shirt, you know, very nice. Very nice. The Joker would be laughing at the event, though. He would be laughing a lot. Then again, he laughs at everything, but everybody would be laughing at this event.
Are you protecting Russian minorities?
So, did you guys come to any conclusions on how you're going to...
Why don't you protect Ukrainian minority in Russia?
The organization...
How many Ukrainian? I'm asking you again.
That's what you guys are wearing, Stop the War coalition, right? If you guys didn't figure out anything about how you're going to stop the war, then what was the point? Well, I guess she only responds when I do compliments. When I mentioned the Joker t-shirt. That's not all right. I mean, nice rainbow bag, I guess. What else? Nice phone. Looks good. It's not cracked. Looks pretty alright. It's not cracked, unlike the arguments of these lot. Oh, thank you very much. Let me take a look. What do you have? What kind of flavors do you have here? Oh, you guys brought a lot of stuff.
Do you why not? Do you know? Because you don't know. You know zero. You are manipulating, and I can show you thousands of videos when Russian they raping even 3 months old child. You should be ashamed to support them. Russia, you are here. You supporting fascists? Yes. But I can hear about the Russian minority. Russian minority.
Get a sandwich, guys. Get a sandwich.
Line up.
Get yourself a sandwich. Yeah, we have some drinks. Thank you. Lovely. Enjoy, guys. Enjoy. No smoking area.
I wasn't recording that.
Yeah. Remember, the same rules do not apply to the organizers and to people who went to the event.
I see.
Russia will kill your grandchildren because you are pregnant.
And that means finding somewhere where some common ground to talk
Russians are raping and insulting in my country. I was successful in my country. Why do you think I am here?
Because
Russia invaded Ukraine. I would never come here. I was successful in my country. I was trying to improve my country. Russia destroyed my flat. Russia is killing my relatives. Russia is torturing my relatives. Do you know how painful it is? Do you know? They don't care. And so if they don't care, if they are killing, if Russia,
I wouldn't be here otherwise. Look at the way those people...
How was the event? Was it right? It was good. Interesting. What was your favorite part? No? No favorite parts? You know, I kind of agree. I'm sure there's no favorite parts in this event.
Only the end.
Yeah. It ended. That was the favorite part. He wasn't clapping for the artist. He was clapping because the artist has stopped.
Finally, I can leave the hive mind.
You know it. He said, and I will read this book, guys. Take this away. She bought this for £5. Hey, guys. Anyway, we can put this here. Don't worry, we're not going to litter. We're going to remove this. We're not going to break the rules like smoking in the smoking area. So this lovely lady, who's braver than vast majority of the people who were in here, it was only her and the gentleman in red who came here to speak with us. Just as a disclaimer. Thank you for that. You know, actually honest people. This book that she said she bought for £5, you know, terrible price. Let me just mention that. You know, she was ripped off with this. It says here, introduction and about Ukraine, Putin's war and NATO expansion. Of course, they put Putin on the same level of NATO. The same exact mental tactic that the Russophiles and the Kremlin does all the time. They always put themselves on the same level as their victim. Oh yes, we are attacking and killing them, but actually they've done equally bad things in the past, so we are justified. That is the point they're trying to make already. Let's read it. The events of 2022 have put the North Atlantic Treaty Organization and its policies under the spotlight more than any time in the post-Cold War period. Perhaps even in its 73 years of existence. Okay, just an introduction. The brutal invasion of Ukraine by Russian forces in February forced some, if not enough, commentators to reflect on the effect of NATO's aggressive eastward expansion. Here we go, of course. It didn't take them long. It did not take them long to hashtag blame NATO of everything. Just blame the West, blame NATO, blame the UK of everything that happens. It's gonna sort everything out, isn't it? Because it was NATO that invaded Ukraine, right? Was it NATO? My friend, you who are filming, could you answer a question on camera right now? What did NATO invade Ukraine? Oh, they didn't even, don't even want you to film it.
No argument.
Oh, that's a shame. That's such a shame. So already they're blaming NATO of something that the Russians have done at the very beginning of this article, but I'll continue to read.
Using the word aggression with NATO.
Of course, aggressive eastward expansion. These people, they are liars. They don't explain to people that joining NATO is voluntary. Not a single country has been forced to join NATO. Not a single one. Ever.
And where in the anti-NATO protests in Warsaw?
Yes. And then it says, though it does not excuse Russia's aggression, of course, they're trying to kind of pat their morality. They're kind of trying to pat themselves here. Hey, how are you, sir? You found your way now. How was the event? How was the event today? Blyer. Blyer. Stop the word.org.uk. Blyer. I guess that's his name, Blyer. Though it does not excuse Russia's aggression, there is no doubting that it has contributed to the current incredibly dangerous situation the world finds itself in. Of course, again, it's not just Russia's fault, it's also NATO's fault, because evil NATO has allowed Poland, Estonia, Latvia, Lithuania to join their ranks. How dare NATO allow these countries to request and to join their ranks? How dare they? Truly. Now let's continue. Established at the onset of the Cold War, NATO was instrumental in nuclear brinkmanship. That's a new word for everyone, brinkmanship. Although not officially involved in any wars during its first 40 years of operation, NATO helped to foster a climate in which nuclear war was possible, and in the years since the Cold War has been marked by expansionist aggression.
You know words of the Warsaw Pact? But
do we live in the same world right now? We speak about nuclear blackmail. We speak about enabling and creating a world where nuclear war is possible. What about the Russian nuclear blackmail? Is that not happening? Are the Russians not blackmailing the rest of the world that are going to use nukes if anything at all happens? If any minutest help comes to Ukraine, are the Russians not doing that? They are. Is it written here? It's not. Since 1999, NATO has added 14 new member states. By the way, just a reminder, all of those member states were voluntary states. Every single one of them wanted to join NATO.
Because they don't want to be with Russia.
Because they don't want to be invaded by Russia, yes. Exactly. Thank you very much.
And where's the anti-NATO protests in those countries?
All in Central and Eastern Europe, and officially recognizes 3 more aspiring members in that region, including Ukraine. This, despite Western assurances at the end of the Cold War that there would be no eastward expansion to NATO. Lie! This is the biggest lie that I've ever seen spread by the far left of nowadays. NATO and the West have never made such a promise to the Soviet Union. Never, ever has such a treaty been signed. This is pure misinformation. If anybody here wants to disprove me, do it right here and now and mention the name of this treaty. You can't, because it does not exist. NATO claims these additions are designed to deter Russian aggression. Well, what a surprise! Russia has never invaded a NATO member before. It's a bit of a coincidence. Winky-dinky, isn't it? But this expansionism has ended up provoking it and brought the possibility of major power conflict closer than any point since the Cuban Missile Crisis in 1962. Alright, so let's talk about this for a second. The Soviets were planning to put nukes in Cuba, whilst the Ukrainians have given up their nukes. So where's the similarity? NATO never discussed putting nukes in Ukraine. It was never even considered as a possibility. In fact, Ukraine has demilitarized the third biggest nuclear arsenal in the world. Does this book mention it? No, it doesn't. Because this book is full of lies. And it was written by the liars who are still hiding from us right now. I'll continue to read. The proposed accession of Sweden and Finland to the military alliance will only further inflame tensions. Now this is my favorite part. Finland and Sweden were not really seriously considering joining NATO before the war in Ukraine. In fact, they had not even joined after the war began all the way back in 2014. They only joined when Russia proved with no uncertain terms that they are a psychopathic terrorist regime by invading Ukraine and trying to go for a full-blown annexation of the country. Then Finland and Sweden decided to finally join NATO because Russia is a deranged country, a terrorist state, and it cannot be trusted. In 2021, NATO finally ceased its catastrophic 20-year occupation of Afghanistan. Oh yeah, sure, very catastrophic. What was catastrophic is the life of the people who were left there for the Taliban to do whatever they please with them. That was the real catastrophe. And the wounds inflicted by its onslaught on Libya continue to widen. There is also continued speculation over expansion into Latin America. Now I'm confused. Was this not supposed to be about Ukraine and Russia? Why are we bringing all of these different examples to the fold? Because this is one of the points of the Russophiles. To bring what about
be banned in Britain? Should left-wing parties be banned in Britain? You banned in Ukraine. You're not left-wing.
Don't go. You asked a question. You asked a question. Come back. Hey, don't run away. Don't run away.
You're not left-wing.
Hold on.
You're not left-wing anymore.
Now, you guys can all see what just happened. This individual wanted to speak with me, but he gave in to peer pressure from these individuals right here who told him to leave, who told him to not engage. And this is exactly what Russia wants. Russia wants to remove freedom of conversation, freedom of speech from everybody. It wants to remove any kind of discussion and debate. Only dogma will remain if Russia is allowed to win. I will continue to read this. In many circles, the existence of NATO and Britain's membership of the military alliance are unquestionable. This briefing is designed to raise questions to ask whether this aggressive alliance is fit for purpose in the 21st century and why, after multiple failures from Afghanistan to Libya, it remains unchallenged in foreign policy circles. Now, once again, why was Afghanistan a failure? Because they left. They left everybody for the Taliban to do whatever they please with them.
And what does that have to do with Russia invading Ukraine?
What does that have to do with Russia invading Ukraine?
And who blundered into Afghanistan in the first place?
Who finds that Afghanistan is a fascist slogan? Could you justify that, please? Could you come back? No? Okay, see you later. Slava Ukraini!
Hey, Pavlo, who blundered into Afghanistan back in '79 in the first place and started all this?
NATO is by design a powerful arm of US foreign policy. Oh, I love this. Which has wreaked so much destruction upon the planet for over 50 years. As the war in Ukraine develops into a proxy war between itself and Russia, we'll come back to this, we must step up our campaign against the NATO war alliance. It's funny how the focus is on stopping NATO, not stopping Russia. Stopping the people who are helping Ukraine defend themselves, not stopping the aggressor. Now sure, occasionally they sprinkle these ideas of, oh, we condemn Russia, but NATO is really the real evil behind this whole issue, right?
Not a single word against North Korea.
Exactly. And my personal favorite part develops into a proxy war between itself and Russia. Can anybody here define a proxy war? Any of you guys? Would you like to give me a definition? Of course you wouldn't. You didn't want to speak with us before. Now that I'm asking for complicated definitions, of course you're never going to be able to define it. I will define it for you. A proxy war is when two powers are supporting two different sides in a war, but are indirectly sponsoring that war. That is not the war in Ukraine, because Russia has directly invaded Crimea in 2014 and Russia is directly sending their troops to Ukraine. What's happening in Ukraine is a war between Ukraine and Russia, not a proxy war. And the people who wrote this don't speak basic English.
Oh, but Pablo. Oh, everyone who rules Russia as a tyrant is a comrade. On that basis, even Ivan the Terrible would be a comrade.
Here we have a long-winded text by Andrew Murray. Stop the War Coalition has warned for many years that the wars of the early 21st century in Iraq, Afghanistan and Libya were likely to be precursors to still more threatening great power clashes. Let's remind ourselves of the first Iraq War. Who was it that started the first Iraq War? Does anybody have any clues? No? Nobody knows?
A mini Stalin. Against the Kurds and
Iraq started the first Iraq War by invading Kuwait. And then the Americans joined in to defend Kuwait because they had an alliance with Kuwait. They had a pact to defend Kuwait. So,
and what does
this
that have to do with Russia invading Ukraine?
Absolutely. You know, I'm mentioning this because even if we completely forget about Ukraine and Russia, their points still make no sense. But the point stands. This has nothing to do with Russia and Ukraine. Russia has invaded Ukraine, Russia has escalated this war, and the only way to stop this war is to stop Russia. And then they say, so much was observable from precedents and from the contours of world politics as they emerged in the post-Cold War world. Okay, sure, some waffling. With the war in Ukraine, that point of transition has been reached. One great power, Russia, has invaded. So we admit that Russia has invaded Ukraine.
After how many lines?
Okay.
How many pages?
This is. Hold on. This is the let's say the second page. Let's be fair with them because actually it's the third page technically, but there's a big picture. So let's say it's the second page.
There'll be a butt somewhere.
Yeah.
It took a while.
Oh, 100%. There's going to be a big butt in here.
It took a while, but we got there.
Exactly. But hold on, I'm sure they will backpedal on this claim too. One great power, Russia. By the way, great misrepresentation of Russia. It's not a great power. It can only bully its neighbors.
It's an empire.
But not a great empire. Has invaded its neighbor on the grounds that it was becoming the instrument of a rival power bloc. Actually, that's not the main reason that Putin gave. So I'm afraid you guys haven't even listened to Putin's speeches very well. The main reason Putin gave for invading Ukraine is that supposedly ethnic Russians and Russian speakers were being attacked in Ukraine by these supposed neo-Nazis.
Do you know anything about Stefan Bandera? Bandera? Do you know anything about him?
Well, what's your question? No, wait, what's your question? Don't silence your own people. Stop silencing your own people. Speak, sir.
They
Speak.
were talking about Bandera. He asked if you know Stepan Bandera.
What do you want to say?
I said, do you know anything about Stefan Bandera?
Yes, he was a great man.
Was he really?
Yes, he was.
He was a white supremacist.
He fought against the Nazis and the Soviets. You know he was put in jail by the Nazis. Hold on, don't leave. Why are you running away? Why are you running away? Are you aware that Bandera was put in jail by the Nazis?
And also, he was a white supremacist.
Was he?
Yes.
Is that why he sent a letter to his troops to defend every Jew from the Nazis? Is that why he sent that letter?
Azov battalion.
I know. It's a battalion of heroes of Ukraine. They're not neo-Nazis. Have you heard anything about the Wagner group?
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, you know that they're proper neo-Nazis. And the Azov battalion was fighting against those neo-Nazis. That's right.
Why are you attacking the Western Ukraine?
We're changing subjects again. You see, we started with Bandera, then we proceeded to Azov. Now we're going to attacking Western Ukraine. By the way, you're wrong. It's Eastern Ukraine. The Russian propaganda claims the Ukrainians were attacking Eastern Ukraine. They were not. You're against the war. How are we going to stop it?
The only way is to get this thing to ceasefire.
Huh? Ceasefire.
So that Russians can prepare and kill even more Ukrainians in the future.
Come on with another rubbish excuse.
Smart.
I mean, you are your own person. You can speak with me if you want, but I'm afraid that these handlers here want to silence you.
Putin doesn't want to ceasefire.
No, that is debate. What is it to debate if this person do know nothing about Bandera? What is it to debate?
What do you know about Bandera? Yes.
Know nothing about zero.
Could you tell us the history of Bandera?
Russian propaganda say Bandera bad, Bandera is not good, Bandera fascist, but you did not even read about Bandera.
Could you give us the history of Stepan Bandera, please?
Ask my friends to stop.
You
No,
don't know
wait. This
nothing
individual
about
brought the
Bandera,
conversation.
and
Why are you
should not even
running? You
talk
brought the
about it.
conversation of Bandera. You're running now that you're disproven. Why?
And
Oh, that's just cowardly.
You're bringing up a man who lived 90 years ago to justify an invasion happening today.
But how good, they till now scared of them, of him.
Amazing.
I mean, look, I just love it. People come here, they ask a question, I answer that question, I ask them a question in return, they run away. It's very nice. It's a very nice interaction.
I respect
Yes, thank you.
Okay, don't make
Appreciate
me
it.
change my mind. Okay, don't be aggressive.
Oh, you can change
They're
your
not
mind.
being
What have I done
aggressive.
You are
to
changing
unearn
time.
respect?
To debate.
That's why you're a woman, you're changing your mind all the time.
Wait.
I asked you to read it, and you shouted.
Oh, you asked
I've
me to
already,
read.
hold on a second, I've already read a page and a half. And I'm continuing to read. And this thing has like,
You asking to
this
read
thing has like 10 pages. I'm not reading all of this.
Leave her alone.
More than 20. This has like 20 pages.
Please.
Oh my god, this is long.
Let this lady speak. We're not going to kill her.
Why are you doing it at home?
What's the problem with doing it here?
What is the problem with doing it here?
You immediately giving your position.
Yeah.
But read it first.
What's the problem with giving my position?
No, by immediately challenge.
Yeah, because it's a lie. If somebody writes in a book 1 + 1 = 3, are you going to continue reading as if you read nothing?
Who,
Wrong.
but by the way, who wrote this book?
I mean, Andrew Murray, Lindsay German, Chris Needham, Matt Wilgress, Carol Turner, Jenny Clegg, Kate Hudson. Don't know
People
any of
who
these.
make apologies for Russian imperialism. That's what it
Most
is.
likely. I mean, we can see the apologism right here. That's for certain. That goes without saying. Anyway, this is a very long-winded description, and this is a very long-winded way of saying NATO is to blame. Russia didn't do nothing. That's basically what this thing is about.
Yeah, Russia is
But Ukraine
white
was
and
not a part
fluffy.
of NATO. Then why Russia
Innocent.
invaded?
I mean, it kind of blows my mind. Why are we
why
holding
Russia
Russia to a
invade-
different standard
invade
to the rest
Because
of
they are
the world?
fighting in Russia. They think Russia as amazing country. Russia did
Why
not
don't you
do
migrate
anything
to
bad.
Russia then?
That's what they think.
But migrate to Russia. If you love Russia so much, migrate to Russia, please.
Everybody around the Russia is so bad, and just Russia nice and fluffy and white.
All the Russia's neighbors are bad. All Russia's neighbors are bad for some reason. Russia
No one
invades
invaded
everybody.
Russia.
Yes.
Focus
Russia
so
invades
much
all
on
the
Russian
places
security. Russian security. Oh my God, we are threatening Russian security. Nobody cares about security of Ukraine, security of the Baltic countries. No, that doesn't. Russian security. Oh my God. Oh my God.
Hold on, I really like this part here. That bloc, NATO, led by the USA, has accordingly mobilized against Russia. You guys know that the help that the US has been giving Ukraine is around 1% of their annual investment in their military. US has mobilized against Russia? Are you serious? 1% is mobilization. The US is sending change to Ukraine. And you guys are here saying, no, let the Ukrainians get killed. Don't give any weapons to the Ukrainians. Let them all die. Then we will have peace. Right? Why?
Because they want to be with Russia.
They want to make apologies for
They
Russian
are Russian
colonialism.
supporters. They supporting
This is pure
terrorists.
apologism. This is pure
And they
apologism.
don't realize that today they're killing Ukrainians and tomorrow they will be killing them.
But they don't
I
look
know.
that much forward.
Like Prigozhin, you know, Prigozhin used to think that he was an ally of Putin, but then, you know, he exceeded his expectations, and he had to be killed. Well, I'm afraid it's going to be a bit boring for the poor baby, but
Russia is a very small country.
I know, but you didn't answer. Now you finally answered. Thank you for
Russia is a
that.
very
Thank you
tiny
for that.
country. It needs a lot more land. It's very tiny. It needs more land.
Yes, but Tony, it's still a great power.
It's a very small. It's got a few acres. It's overpopulated.
It's either very small or it's a great power. They can't make up their ready mind.
That's not true. I'm sorry. I got that wrong.
Oh no!
It's a big country.
I mean, it's the biggest country in the world. Why does Russia need more land? I'll tell you why. Because they want the propagandistic win in the eyes of the supporters of Putin. And they want to enrich the Russian elites. Prigozhin himself has said so. He said that this war, that the war that the Russians have started, and he admitted that too, it was not started to save Russian speakers or ethnic Russians. It was started to enrich the Russian elites. The only reason why it started. Prigozhin said that every single objective Putin established in this war has been successfully failed. Every single one of them. They plan to demilitarize Ukraine. Ukraine has become stronger than it ever was before. They plan to denazify Ukraine. They're still looking for these imaginary Nazis. They still didn't
There were
find
no
them.
Nazis to begin with. So.
They were planning to isolate Ukraine internationally and make it a pariah state, but instead they became a pariah state. So, congratulations, Russia. Congratulations. You have successfully failed every single objective you have put
The thing is that Russia is a current empire. Almost all previous empires have died, but Russia still exists. An empire cannot exist without occupying more and more territories. This is the nature of the imperialism. Russia colonized many countries and they still want to colonize more, because without colonizing more territories they cannot exist. So until this evil empire will disintegrate, the world will be threatened by Russia, because this is the nature of any imperialistic
You know, I have to mention,
country.
I love it how they mention here, oh, you know, when the Warsaw Pact, there was this conversation. They say, like, I'll read what they wrote here. I love how they put this, because it shows that they know that they're lying. They know that truth is not on their side, but they really, really want to present it as if they were right. In 1991, as the Warsaw Pact fell apart, because nobody wanted to be part of it, honestly, US Secretary of State James Baker had assured the Soviet President Mikhail Gorbachev that NATO would not move east of Germany. NATO will not extend by a single inch to the east, he promised. Baker's promise was broken time and time again in the years that followed. Where's the name of the treaty?
Sorry.
Where's the name of the treaty?
Okay.
What do you mean Google it? There's no treaty. There was nothing signed. There was no assurances, nothing.
Even Gorbachev said there was no treaty.
Google it. That's the funniest thing I've ever heard. Telling Ukrainians, Google it.
Germany thinks anyway.
To be dictated from Moscow what my
Absolutely
life is
hilarious.
supposed to be, or whom I need to listen. It's up to me to decide what is my own life. It's up to my children to decide what will be their future.
No, it's up to Russia.
not up
Russia
to
needs to be asked.
Moscow.
Yeah.
When we want to have some food, we need to ask Russia. When we want to go to sleep, we need to ask Russia.
And you got to beg for your life.
We go to the toilet, yeah, we have to ask Russia. Can I
Even though they haven't got any of their own.
We'll never.
Yeah, but the difference is that you don't condemn this.
How?
You
By
don't
force?
condemn
Is the
this.
NATO forcing people other countries? Did they force the Finland? Too many battlings. Battlings? What do you mean battlings?
Oh, I love this. They're actually trash talking the intervention in Yugoslavia and the intervention in Serbia when the Serbs were exterminating the Croats and the Bosniaks and the Albanians. You know, these people, they just, I don't know what to say. The Serbs are exterminating Croats, Bosniaks, and the Albanians, and these people are like, oh no, but NATO actually provoked them to exterminate them. I'm speechless. I'm speechless. You think somebody can be provoked into exterminating a different nation? You think that makes any sense at all?
Do you know why Finland decided
Ridiculous.
to join NATO? Because they're afraid of Russian invasion. This is the only reason. Nobody forces countries to join NATO. It's their own choice. And we are not prepared to continue to be a colony of any other countries. We are free country, we are democratic country, and it's up to us to decide.
I'm from Greece.
It's up
We
to
are not,
us to
yeah,
decide.
we're democratic in Greece.
Yes.
We're not free. We're conquered by NATO in
Yes.
Greece.
Sorry, what?
We're not free in Greece. We are conquered by NATO.
You are what?
Conquered by NATO?
So
where's the anti-NATO
Greece is kissing NATO's feet for allowing them in.
Do you know how
Conquered by NATO. Greece is happy to be part of NATO.
how much money
still doesn't justify Russian aggression in Ukraine.
Well, I didn't want to live in NATO Greece, so I moved to NATO Britain.
Is he dangerous? Is he dangerous?
No, I don't like the fact that my country's in NATO, so I'll go and move to another NATO country. Pablo?
Oh, I love this one. Russia first, China next. NATO is bringing on a new world order of war and instability. I love this use of new world order. Exactly the same thing that the nutcases of the Not Our War movement use. Oh, the new world order. Have you heard of George Soros, of the reptilians, of the Jews, the Zionist Jews, the Zionist Nazis in Ukraine? This is the same kind of conspiracy. And this is what you guys are believing in. This is what's being fed to you guys every single day. Wake up!
No, only just. And if there is Nazi country now in the world, then
basically.
this is Russia. Before 2014.
World, wake up!
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 Russia is a terrorist state.
Russia is a terrorist state!
Russia is a terrorist state.
Russia is a terrorist state!
Russia is a terrorist state.
Russia is a terrorist state!
Stop Russia, stop the war.
Stop Russia, stop the war!
Stop Russia, stop the war.
Stop Russia, stop the war!
Stop Russia, stop the war.
Stop Russia, stop the war! Oh, Taiwan issue. This is going to be good. I can already tell the Taiwan issue is going to be lovely. You're going to shill for China. I can already see that.
Churchill, what decisions he took for Greece? Sorry, when after Second World War, yes. Okay, Churchill split with Russia, the Europe.
Churchill split
in the
Russia?
Can you speak?
Jesus, are you talking nonsense? Churchill split the Europe. How? How? You manipulating. First of all, you manipulating. That's not debate.
Дайте їй сказати, дайте їй сказати.
Go
ahead, speak.
I'm listening. So I'm listening. Вона бреше як брехуха.
Never interrupt you anymore.
Pablo, I'll remind you, I didn't like living in the NATO country, so I moved to another NATO country.
Very good. I know about that.
You know, I love it how when they speak about Taiwan, as usual, this is classic, just classic apologies. Exactly. Not a single mention of what the people of Taiwan want. Not a single question whether or not they want to be with America or with China. They just automatically claim, oh, Taiwan, it's being controlled by the US, evil US. They never even consider that maybe Taiwan doesn't want to be part of China. That maybe there's a lot of people in Taiwan who will die, who will be tortured, who will be prosecuted by the Chinese authoritarian government.
I hate when people
They never even consider that.
And you were telling her about
Shameful.
something. You were telling her about something, right? They've heard it. Ignore. You can talk about me, but you cannot talk to me, right?
Of course, yeah.
You can talk about me, but you cannot talk to me.
So you're doing what you said
That's
you
not
do.
nice.
It's what you said you've got to take
That's
it
what
everywhere.
you
You didn't say football team.
And that you smile say that.
There wasn't a single NATO tactical battalion in Eastern Europe until Russia invaded Crimea. Have you noticed that? Have you noticed that? No.
Oh, Russia's appeal for a neutral Ukraine. My new favorite part. Russia's appeal for a neutral Ukraine. Yes, because Russia wanted Ukraine to be neutral so much that they invaded Ukraine and tried to take over the capital. Oh, you got him to speak. Well done. He's finally speaking.
Yeah, you see, he's scared of witches and he didn't know I'm a witch.
Oh my God. Yes, Russia always wanted Ukraine to be neutral, of course. Russia didn't want to spread its influence to Ukraine.
That's why they annexed territories, right?
Yeah, of course. I mean, when you want a country to be neutral, you go ahead and you invade them, right?
We talked about this, you know, with the mountains of Switzerland. They've still got a strong army, haven't they?
If you don't want to fight people, you just keep throwing punches at every person around you.
Yep.
It's logical. It is logical, yes.
Yeah, but they were the one that was provided.
You make excuses for Russian imperialism. Shame on you.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. So where are the speakers, guys? Are they going to run away through the back door? Probably are. I mean, I saw Tess Daly, I think her name was. Or what was it? Something Daly.
Yeah.
Forgetting.
Claire Daly, I
I
think.
guess it doesn't
Claire
matter.
Daly, probably, yeah.
One of the Muppets.
Lukashenko supporter. He's not even.
Claire
he's-
Daly,
he's
yeah, not Tess
He's even
Daly.
against
Tess Daly, I
sanctions.
think it's an American.
Yeah, Irish.
Person.
Irish.
No, Claire Daly is Irish, yeah.
Yeah,
Tess
she's
Daly
even
is
against. She was
someone
even
else.
against sanctions.
You said that on the way in before.
Hello, how are you? Would you like to give your opinion on the apologist meeting in there?
Making apologies for Russian imperialism and colonialism.
You're not even apologists,
Shame
you're
on
supporters.
You are not left. You're ashamed to the left.
I mean, you know, I have to say, all of you guys are extremely lucky. Because in the end, Russia will never win. So you will never be proven wrong. And you will continue to live your lives, always believing that you were actually right in this situation, always creating new conspiracy theories. You guys are lucky, you know, ignorance is bliss. I have to say, ignorance is bliss indeed. And you won't even feel bad for creating so much death and destruction with your actions, because you don't think you're to blame. You know, like a Nazi soldier who actually thinks legit that he is a human and all the people he's killing are not human.
Just following orders.
Yeah, just following orders, you know. Oh, I'm actually the good guy, I'm actually human and you are not human, I'm gonna kill you. It's the same logic, it's the same idea. You're never gonna feel bad for it even. You know, I'm a bit envious of you, you know. It's a nice way to live, it's a nice life to live, to never feel bad about any atrocities that you're doing. Oh, tell the truth, it's revolutionary. Let's start the revolution, come on! She doesn't want to start the revolution.
Not now.
No revolution anymore. How are you guys?
No revolution.
Going to
you're
the
not
apologist meeting today. Enjoy, guys.
Revolution who has no solidarity with Ukrainian workers. Amazing.
Yeah.
Amazing.
Or any workers.
Any workers,
Yeah,
exactly.
because you're not left wing anymore. You're not left wing anymore. You're not left wing. You're not left wing. You're not left wing anymore. You're not left wing.
I love this picture. Look, it's this communist guy who I had mentioned. He's right here in the forefront.
Fake lefties.
Fake lefty.
Guys, enjoy the apologist meeting. Enjoy the Russian propaganda, guys. Coming straight from the bowels of
Fake
Moscow.
leftists who support colonialism.
They're shilling for China too. I can't believe it. It's not just Russia. They're shilling for China and Russia. They're saying, oh, you know, Taiwan. Oh, why is the U.S. supporting Taiwan's independence? Oh, there's only one China.
Because
Taiwan does not want to be part of China.
They support the colonialism when China invaded Tibet. They support colonialism. They are fake leftists. Fake
Why is Russia
leftists.
friendly with
They are
North
not
Korea?
anti-imperialists.
This is a very useful book, I have to say. Very interesting.
Supporting imperialism.
Much better than Trees or ABC to becoming a chairman.
You could probably make a drinking game out of that book. For every lie.
You would die at the first few pages. Trust me.
They're great friends. What a wonderful match. North Korea and Russia.
Freest country in the world, North Korea.
What we're looking forward to a nuclear fight with Russia and North Korea. Oh, have they got nuclear weapons?
Enjoy the apologist meeting, guys. Enjoy the Russian propaganda. Enjoy the Russian propaganda, guys. Hey, come back. Where are you going? Don't run away. You know you can't just hit and run like that. You can't just speak and then run.
You're not left wing anymore.
Oh, what an apologist.
Apologies for colonialism. Shame on you.
I actually like that guy. He always comes here with a smile. He throws something and then he runs away.
He goes and punches and runs.
Yeah. Like a sucker punch and then running. You can catch me. You can never catch me. Yeah, you never get me alive. Am I right?
They're going to promote you, mate. They're going to promote you.
Oh man.
Provoke
And poor guy, they switched the other security guys already. But this guy, he needs to keep standing here, man. I hope you put some sunscreen, you know, to help to not burn his scalp.
Yeah.
It's all fake news.
Oh man.
Yeah, we've got the shade now, haven't we?
Yeah, nice. No more, you know, lobstering at this
Yeah,
point.
what's all been done? And it looks weird too, which is why I'm always going to wear a t-shirt. I've got like a tan spot, and then the rest of it's just white, like pure white.
man.
So, yeah.
But yeah, guys, it was lovely to see you again today. Refreshing some nice memories of the other counter protests we've done here. Very nice stuff, very lovely stuff. Great to see familiar faces here. A little bit more calm now, more chill, which is good. You know, we're not getting so upset anymore.
Good work.
Hey, it was a good work, man. Yeah, let's go, let's go. Applause, applause. He went to smoke away from the no smoking area. For that, you know, he deserves praise.
Russian money is in limit, right?
Pig pen's gone. They've got no friends there now anymore.
No, they got the posh pig pen here.
Yeah, this is the posh pig pen.
This is goat pen? No?
Yeah, it's for the Trust Fund Trotskyites.
You're doing the afternoon. Have a comedy.
Trust Fund Trotskyites.
Comedy this afternoon.
Yeah, no, it's not Punch and Judy, but it's still a puppet show.
Oh, puppet show.
yes.
Yeah.
Well, it's not Punch and
So many
Judy, but
Muppets all over the place.
What's he saying? All the left-wing parties abandoned Ukraine.
Because it's stupid. The Communist Party was banned in Ukraine because it was controlled by Russia, provably. They found a whole bunch of people who were getting paid by Russia to promote communism.
For collaborating with Russia.
Well,
whereas Simonenko, he's gone in Belarus, taken away by Russian special forces. And the others were banned because they were fully collaborating with the Russian occupation.
I mean, this is the same thing as the Russians mentioned about the Muscovite Orthodox Church, the Muscovite Patriarchate. Why have the Ukrainians been closing those churches? Because they openly support Russia. They collect funds that they later on send to Russia. And they even had Russian propaganda in the churches with some weapons found. So directly promoting an insurrection in Ukraine.
I was in Ukraine in July at the left-wing party. There were anarchists in the front, there were socialists, social democrats, all organizations freely organized.
I constantly donate to anarchist organizations fighting in Ukraine against Russian imperialism. That's what the left stands for. You know, they fight imperialism.
I mean, that's what it should stand for.
Is included.
Hey, careful, there's people here, careful. Oh no, you guys are going to the apologist event. No way. Why are you going there, guys? They're not saying anything there. We've asked them many questions. What were they saying in the event? What was happening? They didn't know. They come inside empty-headed. They come outside empty-headed. Nothing changes. Oh well, maybe it's like yoga. It's some meditation. They go there in silence and they Russia, 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 Russia.
I disagree. They're even more empty-headed than before.
I know, right? Yeah, they even lose the directions of how to get here and how to get home when they go inside. So they do get more empty-headed, you're right. Anyway, such a good time with you guys. You're all good friends of ours. Thank you for coming here. Thank you for keeping us company. You guys are lovely, and so are you guys. Lovely people. Yes.
Thank you for coming.
Thank you for coming, guys. Thank you for supporting Russian genocide. Let's go.
Thank you.
Well done. You're supporting genocide, guys.
I was in the middle being post.
Oh, some Novichok there. Oh, don't get too happy, guys. I'm not choking to death yet. Just need some water.
I'm alright. Don't take this wrong. You're a handsome Ukrainian. Why don't they give you the same thing they gave Yushchenko?
I know. Yeah, when Yushchenko became a frog, he basically backpedaled on a lot of pro-European ideas. I mean, that's what real democracy is, right, guys? You just poison the opposition. It's Putin's rule. You know, we want Putin. We want to appease Putin because he's right in wanting Ukraine, right? We need to understand their psychology. We need to empathize with Putin, with his desire to genocide the Ukrainian people and destroy the Ukrainian country.
What does Ukraine have that Russia could possibly do?
Oh yeah, that's my favorite. No rich person ever stole from a poor person before, right?
Never.
Never happened.
No.
Never happened.
Has Russia got enough lavatories now?
What's good, ladies? What's good? What's going on? You alright?
Is it true that Russia is
Everything
stealing
alright?
lavatories from Ukraine?
You see, this is tragic. You know, we're trying to make a bond, to form a bond here, to have some friendly conversations.
Stealing everything they
But
can.
you're just too much for them. It's like you put a spell on people.
I know.
Like especially Stalin.
We need, yeah.
I hope he's there tomorrow. Are you going to Speaker's Corner tomorrow? Maybe?
No football match today, I'm afraid, my friend. There's only apologism today. Only apologism and propaganda. And resistance. The resistance. Resist by joining the invader. That's right. Resist by submitting. Resistance by submission.
And kiss the feet.
That's a good topic. Yeah, that's a good catchphrase for all of you guys. Resistance via submission. Ay, ay. Nice cat there. Oh, I went to McDonald's. Nice. Don't eat there too much, you know, junk food. It's not good for you. It's almost as bad as some Novichok in the breakfast. Peace now. Again, peace now badge. How are you gonna get it? How are you gonna make it happen? Okay, imagine I wear a badge that says something of the sort of I'm an expert mathematician.
Okay.
And you ask me what's 1 + 1, and I'm like, I don't know. Like, why would I be wearing that badge then? I mean, you're free to wear the badges you want. We live in a free country, unlike Russia. But why?
Because anyone who knows their maths would be talking gibberish.
I know. That guy was really entertaining. Just kept repeating I'm talking gibberish, and then he wanted to take me to the side.
With no camera.
To do God knows what. Yeah, I should have told him no homo, bro.
Yeah. Don't worry, we'll protect you.
Thank you guys, thank you. Appreciate it. Anyway, it's just fun. It's just funny people here. It's just very funny. We still got some crowd over there.
Well, for a while, I think the football supporters are gone. Maybe their game started. I think they were, given the colour of their jumpers, they were supporting Manchester City. You know, just probably waiting for the game to start. I'm not sure if they were supportive. They were just two people from he's down for the day.
I think they were making fun of us, but at least it was funny.
No, it's fine, Ames. Let's just wait a little bit.
Okay.
Maybe if we're silent for a little bit, these guys are going to start speaking with us now. I don't know.
Yeah. They'll enjoy it too much as well.
Jeez, man. Jeez Louise. Where are the speakers? Where are the speakers, man? It's 2 o'clock. Where are the speakers?
And I think it's funny, like, when you're protesting, they're like, stop being aggressive. You know, lose respect. That doesn't make any sense. It's ridiculous.
Oh, nice shoes there. Crocodile skin shoes. Look at that. Obviously fake crocodile skin. But,
she actually answered to that.
Fake peace movement, fake crocodile skin shoes. You know, a lot of fake things around here.
Shedding crocodile tears.
Can't say that I'm surprised. Yeah, crocodile tears, exactly. Oh, speaking of crocodiles, exactly. Crocodile tears here for the Ukrainian people, yeah. Oh, there's a lot of Ukrainian people who are dying. Yeah, what are you doing to stop it? Oh, we're going to disarm Ukraine to take away the only means for Ukraine to defend itself. Okay, that's going to prevent Ukrainians from dying?
Yeah, no.
Negotiate. Give them a chance to regroup and come up with another bullshit excuse.
Yeah.
So they were provoked. Remember, as far as they're concerned, anyone who rules Russia as a tyrant is a comrade. Yeah, back to you, Pablo.
No, you know, you can speak more, Tom, if you want. You're saying some interesting stuff there. Anyway, I digress, guys. I digress.
Yeah. Because we support dictators we're safe enough not to live under, but we'll condemn other people to live in those dictatorships that we support that we are too cowardly to live under. Now that's what peace is all about. Remember, I have the 2 flags, they have the double standards.
It's in here.
I'll actually keep this, you know.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna throw away the gift.
It's like £5 is all the
She
money
paid
to pay for some
£5 for this.
Yeah. It's a lot for a roll of Andrex. For a roll of Andrex with the shell.
Buying a £5 toilet paper roll would have been more productive.
I wouldn't even pay £1 for that.
Well, that's it. It's overpriced, obviously. Just like this.
Very colourful.
Yeah, take a look.
Wash my hands after this. Touch you again after this. NATO in the Pacific, this North Atlantic Treaty.
Yeah, they're shilling for China there.
Oh yeah, because they're trying to comrade. Yeah. Who cares what the
Comrade China and Comrade Russia, am I right, guys?
Yeah. China and Russia done nothing wrong.
This is a no smoking area, guys. No smoking area. If we were doing this, there would be a whole song and dance about it.
And
For
probably
you
the
guys,
police.
it's perfect. It's a-okay, right?
Do they want a song? That's what I read this in my day.
Oh, you want to sing it? Again, go for
Again,
it.
yeah, if they want to make a song and dance.
Be my guest.
And again, yes, any excuse.
Hey, Mr. Security, smoking here, is that okay? Literally no smoking sign.
New Year! It's New Year, my New Year's song of hope. Oleta paleva hanima nefesh yehudi homiya alafaya mizrak hanima ayom letzion sofia odo avda tikvatenu התקווה שנולד חיים, ויהותם אופי בארצנו, בארץ ציון וירושלים. ויהותם אופי בארצנו, בארץ ציון וירושלים. שנה טובה, שנה טובה.
You got disappointed with me.
Even a bad boy.
And now,
she's probably one of the more redeemable. Hold on, guys, okay, let's go. It's time. Ще не вмерла України, ні слава, ні воля. Ще нам, браття українці, усміхнеться доля. Згинуть наші воріженьки, як роса на сонці, запануєм ми, браття, у своїй сторонці. Душу й тіло ми положим за нашу свободу і покажем, що ми браття козацького роду.
Слава Україні!
Героям слава!
Слава нації!
Смерть ворогам!
Україна!
Понад все!
Україна!
Понад все!
Слава Третій!
Слава! 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 Well done, guys. Well done. Now it's your turn, guys. There we go. Complete silence. Dead silence, you could say. Brain dead silence, even. I wanted to have a chat with the Ukrainian girl who claimed to be Ukrainian but then said that Slava Ukraini is a fascist slogan. I wanted to have a chat with her. How could a person become so deranged? Is what I want to ask. Well, in our world, nothing is impossible.
There's nothing is impossible. Nothing about her suggested she was Ukrainian.
All you have to believe in, all you have to do is to believe in something, and there you go. It becomes true.
Well,
you believe in you're Napoleon, and you become Napoleon. You believe you're the world's second superpower, and you become the world's second superpower. You believe that you have a right to invade Ukraine and exterminate the Ukrainian people. You become.
Instead, you become the world's biggest number two. But I believe in needs, and I believe in the need for air defense
for Ukraine.
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 Air defense Air defense
for Ukraine. Very nice, very nice.
Although on Telegram, like there are Russians claiming to be Ukrainian when they're not.
Oh yeah, it happens all the time. I've seen some particularly funny situations, like in Telegram and in YouTube, where a guy literally has Putin and a Russian name, and he says, "Oh, I'm actually American."
It's the same as they're pretending to be left wing when they're not. You're not left wing anymore. You're not left wing.
They probably never were.
You're not left wing. You're not left wing anymore.
I mean, look, they are left, but they are far left.
They probably never
far right,
were.
far left. Both are extremist opinions, extremist positions. I guess these guys are content with being far left. I don't know, with being extremists, with supporting Russian extremism.
Yeah.
They're ashamed to the left. Is what they
Yeah.
I think I have like 2 hours of footage, maybe more.
Yeah. Good thing is, it's gonna be, hopefully you're gonna cut it. But then again, you can just pour it in also to have the full version if you want. Might be a bit too much work. I don't know. Whatever you feel like. But there's some pretty good interactions there. I feel like.
Yeah.
Especially when the guy says that no country is sovereign. That's just a face palm.
And suddenly it was no country sovereign.
It's because these people, they back themselves in a corner in every single conversation. All you have to do is just continue the conversation for a bit, and they back themselves into a corner because these ideas, they are inexcusable.
Oh, sorry.
It's the same thing with the idiot.
Yay! Finally out of the boring meeting.
After the idiot at Speaker's Corner, after a while it was, what could Russia possibly want with Ukraine? Yes, why invade it? Yes.
Це швидко гімн співаєте.
А що?
Заганяйте дуже сильно. Там вони повільніше співають.
That's not the rubbish bag.
See who you.
Thank you.
Ben, let's do a bit.
That's a good one.
I got it on camera too.
Yeah, but we can't go in. We can't go in, man. Our rubbish is illegal. We can't bring it in there. But they can smoke here in the no smoking area. Yes, they can smoke all they want. Don't bring the flag to them, Tommy. They might melt from it.
Yeah. That's why they don't want to speak to you. Because
we don't want to hurt anyone. We just want to speak to people, right? Alas, today we have to, just speak to 2 or 3 people, and mostly just listen to sweet silence. So, how was the event? Was it good? You enjoyed it? I think he did. He looks smiling. Yeah, he looks like he had a nice nap during the event, during the silent treatment. Oh man.
Can't do the votes yet.
And look, they don't start by saying we condemn the Russian invasion or Russia, the invader, needs to be stopped. They start by saying NATO, a war alliance. So what's the focus of this book? Is to put all the blame on NATO. Oh, NATO. It was all NATO. Did NATO invade Ukraine? No. Did NATO start this war? No. Did NATO force any countries to join their organization? No.
And it's ironic that they use this.
What did NATO do to Russia?
Yeah, and where's the anti-NATO protests in Warsaw? Yeah. Where is the anti-NATO protests in Prague? Where is the anti-NATO protests in Bratislava? In fact, where is the anti-NATO protests in Budapest, Bucharest, Sofia?
I'm sure you guys don't know or care about
Riga,
this.
Tallinn.
I'm sure you guys don't know or care about this. But Russia also was having a bit of a discourse to perhaps join NATO in the future.
Protests in Helsinki?
There was a time like that.
Where is the anti-NATO protests in Helsinki?
What is this? Détente cocktail. We're getting French here, huh?
Oh, cool.
President ramped up the Cold War again with conflicts with Russia. Of course, again, Afghanistan. I mean, you would have expected that this book should have been called Afghanistan because they keep mentioning Afghanistan over and over again.
Yeah, but they don't mention the Afghan women.
Yeah, they don't mention the huge amount of people who are trying to flee with the American troops.
I don't want to fall in the trap of whataboutism, but where is the mention of the women of Afghanistan?
Yeah. It's funny, right? I don't see any woman here. I don't see any woman here being forced to wear a burqa and be forced to not do a whole bunch of different things. I don't see any of
Yeah,
that
they
here.
can't
I don't
even
see
go-
any of
women
any
in
of you here
Afghanistan
defending
can't
the
even go to the
Taliban.
park anymore. You
So
don't
why are
get
you
that.
opposing what NATO did in Afghanistan? The Taliban are oppressing Afghanistan right now. You really have
Women
the
can't
face
even
to
go to
join
the park
forces with the
anymore.
Taliban. Are you really siding with the Taliban right now?
Yeah, women can't even go to the park
I
anymore.
mean, it's very
But that's
interesting.
okay.
I think
because the
I think you
Americans
should
aren't
have a
there.
conversation with Afghan women. I think you should have a conversation with Afghan women and ask them how they feel when the Taliban took over. Oh, what is it? Am I making too much sense now?
Iran, can you
Okay,
imagine Russia?
okay, hold on.
really
They're turning
loves
their
Iran?
back to me now. Okay, I'm making too much sense at this point. What about Iran? Iran is supporting Russia.
Oh gosh, what are they doing to the women in Iran?
Yeah.
Oh, but they're all
torturing
CIA,
them.
yeah, but-
They're torturing them if they don't wear the clothes they want them to wear.
But they're all CIA Zionists.
Oh yeah, of course. They're all
Korea,
CIA Zionists,
Iran,
of course.
Syria, all these great countries.
CIA Zionist Nazis. That's what they are.
And let's forget who blundered into Afghanistan in the first place back in '79. Ed Big Eyebrows.
I mean, I see a lot of lovely ladies here enjoying their freedoms, enjoying their rights, equal rights to men here.
We're in a nice
Unlike in Afghanistan, the country that you keep moaning about, the country that you claim is so much better than evil NATO, the country that you claim evil NATO was trying to force themselves
I
into.
don't think anyone here claims Afghanistan's better.
Oh, believe you me, you should read this stuff. They're saying that NATO basically destroyed Afghanistan.
Because you may go there.
Oh.
You will truly believe that book.
Oh, don't worry about it. I am immune.
Yeah, by the way, and by the way, I'm older than you. I speak to you like a dad. Okay, now you wash your hands before you come to the rally, son.
Yeah, no worry. I'll come tomorrow. Today I can't make it.
Oh, you can't come to the
No.
Is it because of this or because of?
And not only, I have to deal with something else later. And, I had to put a lot of time to come here today.
No, but
Today I'll have to miss out on the rally, but I'll be showing up on most of the rallies.
Thank you for coming today. I hope it wasn't a problem.
No, it's not a big deal.
You're going to Speaker's Corner tomorrow?
Tomorrow, yeah.
Okay.
After the rally.
Maybe we'll see Starling. Your super fan.
Who knows?
We should totally troll him for an hour photo of you.
Maybe we'll see a few Islamic extremists who are going to defend
Oh, yeah.
Taliban.
I mean,
just like these guys.
They've been commenting on my videos of you in them.
Yeah, you know that's. Давай, почитай, що хочеш. Не викидай, бо це мені подарували. You know, that's funny because the video has nothing to do with Islam. And the guy's just coming there out of nothing. He starts saying, "Oh, you know nothing about the Quran." Dude, what?
Yeah.
What does this have to do with the Quran?
And when I saw like your old videos, I started to notice they were all like Muslims that were
Yeah, I used to debate Muslims in the park, but
So
it's pointless. I debated Christians very often too, you know, overall religious people. There's a lot of nutcasery there with these
Yeah.
different religions.
But it seems
with
they
time I
follow
kind
you.
of gave up on that.
Yeah.
Sorry, you were saying?
But it seems they still follow you.
Some of them.
You're so proper. How does it make you feel?
To be honest, I don't care. I really couldn't care less. I don't really read the comments that often nowadays. I mean, I think this is more important than reading comments.
True.
For my, at least for the way I spend my time.
Yeah. But I was just like, where the fuck are these comments coming from? And the one was like praying, I'm just like, okay.
Or Libya, you know, I love it how they mention Libya in that book. They mention, oh, poor, oppressed, prosecuted Libya. What about their war with Chad, when they invaded Chad? And they lost against Chad, when Chad were driving Toyotas. It's called the Toyota War. Look it up, I'm not lying. It's actually, you know, jokingly called the Toyota War between Libya and Chad. Absolutely embarrassing. And then they go ahead to shill for Syria, for you know, with Assad, with Bashar al-Assad.
Yeah, like feeling rejected.
Oh yeah, of
I'm
course.
supposed to get the fucking
How can we forget about Israel? Israel is the pinnacle of evil in this world, according to these people. You know, they would openly call Israel a Nazi state if it didn't sound so ridiculously stupid. They would openly do that all the time. Am I making a mistake, ladies? Would you like to correct me? No, I guess they agree.
It looks like she's trying to go through the wall. She's just trying to escape.
No, I mean, I'm sure they'll be accepted with open arms in Afghanistan, open arms and open burqas, and then they will not be able to get out of
Just
that
don't
ever
meet in
again.
the park. They'll be shot if they try to go to the park.
Yeah.
Women can't even go to the park.
Yeah.
How many years were Russia in Afghanistan?
From 79 till about 88. That's what I.
Yeah, but that
that's
actually
what I
never
remember.
happened. According to these people, that actually never happened. These people would say, no, that's a different situation.
They ran away, didn't they?
Yeah, of course they did. The Soviet Union also had a war in Afghanistan, which they also lost.
Opposed the invasion of Afghanistan.
По-моєму, ще трошки так вже йде.
4:30?
Ні, може до третьої. Ні. Дати ще за 10 хвилин, та я вже потопив, мені зараз йти також
Ти
треба.
будеш на протесті?
Ні, сьогодні не піду на протест, сьогодні я не зможу. Ну да. While in a few minutes probably.
Well, thank you for coming today, everyone. Thank you for coming
Thank
today.
you, guys.
Everybody. Hope you thought it was worthwhile.
Yeah, it's a big event.
Would you like to introduce yourself to the camera?
Okay. Ready?
Yeah.
So I'm Christopher Ford from the Ukraine Solidarity Campaign. And we're here outside the Stop the War Coalition's annual general meeting in the centre of London. Unfortunately, at Hamilton House, the headquarters of the National Education Union. So this week we've just had the Trade Union Conference, which represents 5 million workers in the UK, which voted overwhelmingly in solidarity of Ukraine. And this was after quite weeks of disinformation and propaganda from the Russian state and others, including the Stop the War Coalition. And they failed to convince the wider Labour movement to not support Ukraine. Unfortunately today, what we can gather from this event is that these people have learned absolutely nothing. And it's reported here that 100 of their members have resigned. And they continue to parrot the same narratives, which, if their slogans were ever to be implemented, would put Ukrainian trade unionists, Ukrainian socialists, Ukrainian people in a mass grave, would stop aid to Ukraine, would leave cities defenceless in the face of air attack, and would strengthen Russia in the war. That's not a road to peace, and it's not a road to freedom, but that is exactly the road that the people here today are arguing for. So the message really is that they need to rethink. And if they don't rethink, the Labour movement certainly should be considering its relationship with organisations like this. But it should be redoubling in its efforts, first and foremost, to support the Ukrainian people in the struggle against Russian fascism. For we don't want to be back in a situation we had in 1939, 1940, where we saw the betrayal of the left by those who called for peace with Hitler, and today we have people calling for peace with Putin. Thankfully, the majority didn't listen to them then, and the majority are not listening to them today. Victory to Ukraine.
Thank you.